Welcome, everyone, and welcome to Progressive Discussions. I'm your host, James P. Madonna. I've been doing this since 2007. I originally started the show with my late, great co host and mentor and the managing editor of the newsletter called Censored, the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisman. He's not with us anymore, but that's how I started. And he's the one that came up with the name Progressive Discussions. He had a long-running progressive newsletter. So I hope everyone had a decent week. Believe it or not, it's almost the end of March 2023. It's getting close. And April 1st, April showers, April Fool's Day will be upon us. And then before you know it, Easter Sunday weekend. I just want to say greetings and good morning to Masumi. Good morning, Masumi, from one of the suburbs of Tokyo, Japan. Good morning to you, my dear. And it is now, I guess, 10 a.m. Sunday in Japan right now, I believe. You're 2 hours ahead of me. And good morning to you. And thank you for stopping by. Okay, this is an open, a multi-topic show. And you could discuss many subjects as long as they're not ridiculous, pointless, and stupid. Any important subject to concerning the world, society, the human race, the United States. You know, we all know the world is in chaos, and the United States is also very chaotic. Sometimes the root cause of the chaos, um, but we're going to have a special guest, um, the founder and president of Northern Lights Tie-Dye Company, and songwriter, musician, performing artist Paul Anthony Mantia. He has some very deep issues to talk about with me in the panel. Okay, I haven't seen this gentleman in a long time. Hey, how you doing, sir? I know, I recognize you. How are you doing, James? It is good to see you. Likewise, James, I haven't seen you on with Ronald since early January 2023. I guess your schedules haven't coincided since then. Well, to be honest with you, I don't, I really refuse to bring the same product on a liquor or beer review show and review it twice. And I don't have the variety available to me in my area, in the suburbs of New York, here in New Jersey. Um, Even if I order from Drizzly, or see, we don't have many places like Total Wine, so I don't have the variety that, let's say, other people have in other parts of the country, like particularly the South. Like Ronald, forget it. Ronald could get anything at the lowest price. So his situation is the opposite. So I can't find anything new. Plus, I'm taking medication now. You know, I don't want to. I don't want to get in the habit of uh, using alcoholic beverages as a supplemental, an alternative tranquilizer to take the edge off of life. I don't want to get into the habit, especially if I'm taking medication. So I got legitimate reasons. I still keep in touch and communicate with Ronald. You know, we're good friends. We have a lot in common. He's more than welcome to come on the show. I do a live stream Sunday now, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, um, called Red Pill Man Cave. It's it's where guys talk about things that are important to them, and everybody just hangs out and relaxes. And it's more of a multi-topic show than this. This is more serious in the first like hour and a half, and then once the panel starts coming in, depending on who's available, then we start relaxing and loosening up. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, let's see. Oh, here we go. I'm going to get on the first subject because I have a bunch of good topics here. All right, I'm going to start reading this. But thank you for stopping by. I mean, stay as long as you like. Um, um, oh, all right, here you go. Toxic forever chemicals found in toilet paper around the world. This is horrible. These are the toxic chemicals that do not dissipate in once they enter the realm of Mother Nature. They don't dissipate at all. Research finds waste flushed down toilets and sent to sewage plants, probably responsible for a significant source of water pollution. And there is the product that we all depend on, um, modern day Homo sapien. And remember how people were fighting during the height of the pandemic in 2020? People were duking it out over toilet paper. You know, um, I use the toilet paper made from bamboo. It's very durable. It's not nationally advertised, super soft, famous company, which turns into dingleberries and ass confetti if I ever use it. I like a good, strong public restroom toilet paper that does not shred. Anyway, they didn't name any. Wow. All right, let's read on. Tom Perkins, Monday, March 2023. All toilet paper from across the globe checked for toxic PFAS, forever chemicals, quote unquote, contained in the compounds and the waste flushed down toilets and sent to sewage treatment plants probably creates a significant source of water pollution. New research has found once in the wastewater plant, the chemicals can be packed in sewage sludge that is eventually spread on cropland, lovely, right, as fertilizer or spilt into waterways. Uh, I heard that some parts of the world, I don't know if it's mainly in China, it might be that I read, I don't want to blame everything on mainly in China, but I heard that some cultures use uh, human sewage as fertilizer for their crops, for their produce, which I think is absolutely disgusting. Toilet paper should be considered as a potentially major source of PFAS entering wastewater treatment systems, the study authors wrote. Um, what the fuck? I'm looking at this other article on the left. Artificial turf potentially linked to cancer deaths of 6 Philadelphia Phillies ball players. Hey, that's interesting. All right, I continue. PFAs are a class of about 14,000 chemicals typically used to make thousands of consumer products resist water, stains, and heat. They are called forever chemicals because they do not naturally break down and they are linked to cancer, fetal complications, liver disease, kidney disease, autoimmune disorders, and other serious health issues. I have to remind myself to take a look at this. It's really horrible. The study checked 21 major toilet paper brands in North America, Western Europe, Africa, Central America, and South America. But it did not name the brands. I wish it did because I can induct them into the Chiseler's Hall of Shame. The peer-reviewed University of Florida report did not consider the health implications of people wiping with contaminated toilet paper. PFAs can be dermally absorbed. Okay, but no research on how it may enter the body during the wiping process exists. Well, the anus is a mucous membrane. Of course, it's going to enter the body. How ridiculous. More so than even the rest of your skin. However, that exposure is definitely worth investigating. Yeah, right. I'm telling you right now, the mucous membranes have a much higher absorption rate, said David Andrews, senior scientist with the Environmental Working Group, a public health nonprofit that tracks PFAS pollution. So the scientist needs James P. Madonna to enlighten him. I'm serious. Mucous membranes, much more highly. That's why some like natural or homeopathic supplements, uh, are administered by placing a tablet under the tongue, and they call that sublingual, below the tongue. That's a mucous membrane right there. Um, um, uh, a nasal mist goes right into your system. That's mucous membrane. Um, Rectal suppositories, mucous membrane. Transdermal patches. Well, that's not mucous membrane, but it's transdermal. Okay. Brands that use recycled paper had just as much PFAs as those that did not. And it may be that there is no avoiding PFAs in toilet paper. Yeah, considering they all have it, right? How do you avoid it? Unless you have a high-tech bidet that shoots jets of water up your ass. You get an enema, said Jake Thompson, the study lead author and a University of Florida graduate student. I'm not rushing to change my toilet paper, and I'm not saying that people should stop using or reducing the amount of toilet paper they use. He added, the issue is that we're identifying other sources of PFAs, and it highlights that the chemicals are ubiquitous. Okay. Yeah. All right. What are you going to do? We already established what the wide array of products that PFAs go into. And they go on and on to talk about uh, the political and corporate profit aspect of this all. Um, okay. We're living in a toxic world. That's why it's so important to detoxify the body by taking certain supplements. Like, I'll give you an example. Cilantro, which is also Chinese parsley, is outstanding for cleaning the heavy metals out of the bloodstream. It's one of the products that is a good detox. And there are others. There are other, I think, let me check this. Unless they're going to like, artificial turf potentially linked to cancer deaths of 6 Phillies ball players. The lawn replacement largely fallen out of favor. Well, yeah, because people get hurt. In professional sports these days, contains large amounts of toxic chemicals. Well, good riddance. You know, there's nothing like natural grass for any sporting event. Let's see what we got here. A report on a possible link between a rare brain cancer that killed 6 professional U.S. baseball players and toxic chemicals in artificial turf is raising a new round of questions over whether synthetic sports fields pose a health threat to athletes and others who use them. The 6 athletes who all died from glioblastoma, I've heard that word, in um, what do you call medical malpractice lawsuit commercial from law firms. Played most of their careers with the Philadelphia Phillies, a team that for decades competed on artificial turf in Veterans Stadium. The Philadelphia Inquirer reported. Well, I don't need to find out from the Inquirer because I watched baseball back in the 70s, and they had artificial turf at Veterans Stadium. All artificial turf is made with toxic PFAs, compounds. Okay, there we go. Compounds in some types are still produced with like recycled tires that can contain heavy metals, benzene, volatile organic compounds, and other carcinogens. and a growing number of U.S. municipalities and states have banned or proposed banning them. It says here, all fish tested from Michigan rivers contain forever chemicals, study finds. Bad situation. The Phillies players' deaths are more evident that regulators need to prohibit synthetic fields, said Kyla Bennett, a former Environmental Protection Agency EPA scientist, now with the Public Employees for Environmental Responsibility nonprofit. I hope Mike Schmidt is not one of them. I hope he's all right. Oh boy, let's see if it mentions any names. Crap. Oh well. You go on, get on to the next subject. Oh. Okay. Let me catch up on the messaging. Oh, Ronald has a lot of choices. I can't find much here in central New Jersey. I understand. I really enjoyed your interactions. I wanted a follow-up to the wrestling show you did January 1st, 2021. Well, tomorrow's live stream is for sports and fitness and pro wrestling talk and all that man cave stuff. It'll be tomorrow afternoon, sir, if you're not too busy. There's Ronnie S. Thank you, Ronnie S. Tommy Carroll's here. Greetings, Tommy Carroll. Yeah, I miss the camaraderie and banter and interaction between myself and Ronald Theriot also. Okay, the artificial turf at Veterans Stadium is quite different from what is used now. That old turf is no longer used. Is the new turf like, does it have a softer texture? Is it more grass-like? I mean, I wouldn't want to put the players at any risk. You know, I realize you have to maintain a real sod, real grass on a football or baseball field or somebody's front lawn. I realize that. For those that care about lawns, personally, I hate the idea of cutting the grass every week. I like people in the Southwest and many people in South Florida and even my brother down near Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. He's got pebbles. He has, decorative pebbles, different color pebbles. Well, that means there's less chance of tripping, slipping. I mean, tripping, running on this turf. But how does it react when it gets wet, though? Well, if it's rubber-like, I guess the gripping is much better with the footwear that these athletes use. And I assume there are drainage holes for when it rains hard. I don't know. It depends on what it's made from. I think, like with football, I think it's a harder surface when you fall. You know, the fall is more painful with the turf. I work in a school district. Two high schools have a pretty high-grade turf. They have a sophisticated drainage system. Yeah, gotta love science. You gotta love high technology. I'm big on it. Can't beat science. Can't beat technology. Like George Costanza said in the Seinfeld episode. Can't beat science. No way, no how. Can't stop it. Can't stop it. And then Elaine says, "Shut up, George." Okay, let me get on. We got a whole bunch of stuff here. Uh, See, I found a great article off of one great article, and they're all related. Okay. Okay. What's this? Nikola Tesla. Holy crap. Could they make the font any smaller? Let me see. Let me see if I can how am I gonna do? I need a electron microscope to be able to read this. All right. All right, I got it. I got it all zoomed in. All right, let me just take a quick. Tommy Carroll, JPM moving to San Francisco, 5 million, and a Kardashian. Oh, Kim Kardashian lives in San Francisco. I didn't know that. I thought she was in like LA or something. I hear she gets waxed a lot, right? Because she's Armenian. Very hairy. All right, here we go. Nikola Tesla's immaculate energy conception finally realized. All right. Haley by Haley Zaremba, March 16, 2023. Scientists have been working to create energy from thin air for over a century, and recent breakthroughs like the AirGen, the catcher, and the HUC enzyme, the Huck enzyme, are making this dream a reality. The AirGen is capable of using naturally occurring proteins to turn humidity in the surrounding air into electricity. Catcher harnesses zirconium oxide cells to create energy from atmospheric humidity, while the HUC enzyme can power small portable devices such as biometric sensors and digital clocks. Who's that? Tesla? Sitting outside? Scientists have dreamed of creating energy out of thin air for over a century. Nikola Tesla was already conducting experiments along these lines in the 1930s, but recently the calls for immaculate energy conception have grown louder. Transitioning away from fossil fuels in time to avoid the worst of the climate crisis will be the single biggest cooperative undertaking the world has ever tried to achieve, and the imperative has pushed scientists to dream big. Some of the resulting brainstorming and experimentation sounds ripped from the pages of a science fiction dime store novel or like wishful thinking rather than methodology. But scientists have been getting closer and closer to making the impossible possible, harvesting energy from the air. The AirGen is short for air power generator. So it's all based on turning moisture in the air, humidity, into electricity. The AirGen works by, I'm doing some speed reading. It's made up of protein nanowires sourced from the bacterium Geobacter sulfur reducens. Hey, You can call it Elmer Fudd for all I care, as long as it works and it hits the fossil fuel industry where it hurts the most, you know. Okay. Uh, there's no sense of reading an extremely long mumbo jumbo saturated article. I might as well move on to the next. You know, once it starts getting like, you know, you read the beginning, several paragraphs pretty much explain it all. They're self-explanatory. Once you start getting into redundancy, repetitive statements, somebody, a writer who's trying to be cutesy and humorous in a corny, lame way, you know, it's a waste. Then it becomes like yada yada, blah blah blah. You know, I like to just cut to the chase. All right. But anyway, I always was a huge fan of Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla was decades ahead of his time, and the government did not back him because the oligarch at that time, which was made up of people like J.P. Morgan, didn't like the idea that Tesla could provide the planet with free electricity, free, harnessing electricity from the atmosphere and the ground. They didn't like that, so they went with Thomas Edison, who was, you know, was a capitalist like J.P. Morgan, and they wanted to sell the electricity, just like the electric car was actually invented in the 1920s, and it moved pretty fast even back then. So I'm sure the oil companies uh, put the kibosh on it, put it not only on the back burner, but they buried it somewhere where it was never mentioned again. You know, big oil put a stop to that invention called the electric vehicle back in the 1920s. Okay, it keeps on shrinking the articles. My God. And then, of course, they're loaded with advertisements. It aggravates me. All right, this is about artificial intelligence, robotics, Disco Roboto, like the song, the old song. All right, here we go. Jeez. All right. Humanoid robots. Oh, yeah, they're getting close. Science fiction, whether it's good or bad, becomes science fact. And it becomes science fact a little too quickly. All right. A rendering of Figure 1, a humanoid robot being built by a startup called Figure. Image courtesy of Figure. All right, whatever. Human-shaped robots with dexterous hands will be staffing warehouses and retail stores. Well, there goes your jobs. Tending to the elderly and performing household chores within a decade or so. That's not far off. According to a Silicon Valley startup working towards that vision. Well, Japan already has an android that can hold an intelligent conversation with you, and but they don't. It can't walk. You know, they don't have legs on it yet. You know, but it feels emotion. I'm telling you, it talks to you just like a human, an intelligent human, not an imbecile. Why it matters. Demographic trends such as a persistent labor shortage and the growing elder care crisis make fully functioning artificial intelligence driven humanoid robots look tantalizingly appealing. Companies such as Amazon are reportedly worried about running out of warehouse workers. No, it's that Jeff Bezos is just a greedy scumbag. That's why he wants to lay people off whose jobs are physically and mentally demanding with high attrition. Yeah, Amazon is worried, my ass. Driving the news, a heavy hitting startup called Figure, which just emerged from stealth mode, is building a prototype of a humanoid robot that the company says will eventually be able to walk, climb stairs, open doors, use tools and lift boxes, perhaps even make dinner. Well, that's pushing it. I'm very meticulous and fussy about my meals. The company is the brainchild of Brett Adcock. Did Brett have a penile prosthesis put on? Adcock, a tech entrepreneur who previously founded Archer Aviation, a flying taxi maker that went public, and Vettery, an online hiring marketplace that he and a partner sold for $100 million. He's assembled an all-star team of 40, including leading roboticists from Boston Dynamics and Tesla. Well, Boston Dynamics, I definitely heard of. Tesla's Tesla. You know, with the narcissistic madman at the helm. They've moved into a $30,000 square foot facility in Sunnyvale, California, where they plan to set up a mock warehouse to test their prototype. We just got done in December with our full-scale humanoid. Adcock tells Axios, we'll be walking that in the next 30 days. Where it stands, the prototype called Figure One stands about 5'6" and weighs 130 pounds. It'll be fully electric, run for 5 hours on a charge, and is intended for warehouse use. Well, warehouse use is not far from all industry use. And that is not far from having your own pet household butler, maid, gardener, pool boy. No, wait a minute. That won't be good. It's electric. Forget about the pool boy. Um, uh, um, Non-gender house concubine, a robotic slave to do your bidding. You know, the only difference is the Japanese androids look like attractive females. We think we can get into commercial operation within a few years. Adcock tells Axios we should be able to do most jobs, physical labor jobs that humans don't want to do. Okay, they don't want to do it. Here's another excuse to lay them off. Not everybody is cut out for the jobs that will be in demand in the near future. Not everybody's cut out for that. So what do you do with all these unemployed uh, um, factory workers, uh, blue collar workers, manual laborers, um, retail employees? All right, they're all laid off because of robotics. Well, what do you expect them to do? What do you expect them to do? And then when corporations replace human workers with the robots, then when the human workers can't get a job and they have to go on public assistance, then the wealthy that run the corporations, which are who are Republican, who don't believe in social services, then they're going to call all these people lazy bums. Meanwhile, there won't be any job market because of robotics. Okay? So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's why the rich should pay their fair share in taxes, like they did before Reagan. And with the tax uh, the tax plan that is being pushed by the current administration, the Biden administration, is going to be necessary because what are these uh, possibly hundreds of thousands of unemployed, laid off people going to do? They have to rely on a social service, a base salary, like they give people in Scandinavia. They give them a base salary just by being citizens, and they take care. The people are well taken care of, and the rich pay their fair share in taxes. You retire with dignity. Uh, um, Nobody does without. They have a decent, respectable um, retirement with all their needs being met. Even a tourist in Scandinavia can go to any of their hospitals or clinics and get free health care, and even go to school there if they wish. It's really a wonderful system that they have there, you know. Um, Paternity, maternity leave with pay. It's guaranteed. Adequate paid sick days, vacation. Nobody is abused. Let's put it that way. The lower 98%, they live a good, happy, decent life. Nobody does without. Uh, there is no abuse of any kind under that system. Uh, okay, humanoid. I'm sorry, I digress. Humanoid robots are staggeringly difficult to build and engineer to perform reliably. Wow, because the technology is not quite there yet. There are a host of design challenges from simple balance to replicating human movements. We need to be able to push it and have it not fall down, says Adcock about the Figure One. Boston Dynamics has plenty of robot blooper videos on YouTube. From there, programming a robot to move boxes in a warehouse is a lot easier than, say, engineering it to cook a meal. I'm telling you, the technology is not there yet. What they're saying, we face high risk and extremely low chances of success, Adcock wrote in a mission statement. Okay, whatever. It's too early. It's too early to expect a robot to perform the tasks of a human. That's all. So 10 years from now, um, uh, corporate CEOs everywhere will be salivating at the fact that they can lay off um, their uh, their humanoid, their Homo sapien employees, and replace them with robotics. Okay, all right. Okay, Jordy, performing artist, techno master from Scotland. Jordy, how you doing, buddy? Uh, do you think Lee Harvey Oswald was a patsy? Yeah. Yep. Yep. According to the analysis of uh, where the shots were coming from, and the fact that there might have been more than one shot. Yeah. I'm even suspicious about the 9/11 um, attacks on the World Trade Center. I'm suspicious about that. I tend to believe Jesse Ventura when he did the investigation of that, and they took all of his conspiracy theory shows off of True TV, and also they took them off of YouTube. Now Jesse is doing his own show on his own website, and the powers that be removed all of his hard-hitting investigative programs that were pretty revealing, to say the least. That's another talk show about all of the episodes that I watched on True TV. Yeah, I do believe that there is a evil oligarchy, new world order behind everything. Uh, I believe the American people have been lied to about many things. Many things. The taxpayers that pay the government employees' salaries should mean that they should tell the American taxpayer the truth. Okay. Incidentally, the Roswell, New Mexico crash was not a weather balloon. I'll leave it at that. Jeff Bezos, you know, you might, first of all, he sounds like a real dork. You ever hear his voice? He's got his voice is kind of like Kermit the Frog, or um yeah, it's really, and you know, with his bald head, his dildo shaped bald head, he reminds me of those aliens on the one of the first Star Trek episodes with Commander Pike. Remember when Commander Pike was in charge of the Enterprise, and they had the aliens with the throbbing veins in their big bulbous head throbbing. He reminds me of that, really. He reminds me of that. Oh, good. You arrived at work safely in Japan. Yeah, Masumi runs her own salon where she takes care of the ladies' beauty needs. Okay, have a good day. I know you're very busy probably today, so don't work too hard. Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot. I hear 9/11 airplane was holograph. Well, according to Jesse Ventura's investigation, um, the there's the explosions seem to come from below the buildings, and the temperature the temperature of the jet fuel that exploded uh, was not hot enough to bring down the building. You know, there's a lot of suspicion out there, but that they don't want the American public to know about. And that, well, now the Pentagon and the Air Force is coming clean about UFOs. Finally, they're coming clean. JPM, I'm not sure we'll find utopia in this life. No, we might be living in the end times. You never know. Bezos is hybrid. Oh yeah, he's a strange motherfucker, and I don't trust Bill Gates either. Bill Gates owns a lot of stock in things that are not good for mankind. Let's put it that way. I don't want to get into too much detail because I don't want to upset YouTube. Agreed. Worked for Boeing. Hard to take down steel with an aluminum can. Okay. Let me see what time it is here. Oh. Okay. I probably will only have time. Probably only have time to do one or two of these. This has to do with climate change and global warming and the new surprise that climate change and global warming has for us. Okay, let's see. All right, now to give you a head start, I have a few articles about this, but I don't have time to go over them all. But I'll give you the heads up on what this is all about. There's a common seaweed in the warm, I guess, the Gulf Stream of the Atlantic Ocean, and it's way out, like in the middle of the Atlantic, and it's called Sargasso. Sargasso Sea is where the Sargasso seaweed is. Now, the problem is that all of a sudden, there is a massive amount of Sargasso seaweed, a tremendous bloom, okay? Sargassum seaweed, the size of the United States, coming from the Gulf Stream, the warm waters out in the middle of the Atlantic, and it's a huge amount, and it's heading westward towards the Caribbean and the Florida coast. And it's causing a huge ecological problem because the sargassum seaweed is piling up right now on the seashore in Cuba, and it's headed for Florida. And it says here, stinky seaweed in the Great Atlantic Sargassum Belt threatens wildlife, infrastructure, and tourism. This year's 5,000-mile bloom of algae stretching across the Atlantic is one of the largest on record. The smell of rotting, beached sargassum causes problems for tourism industries in Mexico and Florida. It's a nice photo. Oh, I was there. I think I saw that resort from the boat tour. I visit Cabo San Lucas every year, and these 11. Wait a minute. Oh no, that's not. That's something else. I got sidetracked. An enormous stretch of seaweed measuring 5,000 miles wide is said to bring stench, pests, and bacteria to the beaches of Florida and Mexico. Okay, the Great Atlantic Sargassum Belt is a massive bloom of brown algae that stretches from the coast of West Africa to the Gulf of Mexico. It is the largest seaweed bloom in the world, weighing approximately 20 million tons and is visible from outer space. Ugh. Huh. Terrible. Yeah, so I guess this is it. I guess this light green with orange speckles is the Sargassum Belt. Gee. A satellite-based map shows the Sargassum bloom approaching Florida from March 7th to March 13th, 2023, from the University of South Florida College of Marine Science. This year's bloom is the biggest on record for the month of March, and it's expected to grow from here, peaking in June or July. Scientists are increasingly concerned about the impacts of the algae. It's important to note that seaweed is usually fairly innocuous and actually has benefits like providing habitats for fish absorbing carbon dioxide, but that's when it's out in the open ocean. Sargassum, like the bloom spanning about twice the width of the U.S. right now, twice the width, could wreak havoc on beaches as ocean currents push the brown algae towards land. Oh, this is definitely a result, in my opinion, of global warming through climate change. So, yeah, so the other articles are about the very subject I just discussed. So much for Caribbean and Florida tourism, as well as the environmental, ecological hazards that will come from this. Rotting, dead, putrefactive sargassum seaweed piling up on the shores on beaches in the Caribbean and Florida. Most likely the southern end of Florida, where all the tourism is. Let me see. Let me just check this out. Oh, okay. Oh, at least it's a CNN. Oh, it's a video. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'll be right with everybody. Let me just get this out of the way, and then I'll send the links out for the special guest co-hosts for the panel. Check this out. This is a good shot. Get this over with. Okay, this is some CNN. Okay, a blob twice the width of the U.S. is heading towards Florida's coast.
With Sincerely Health, earn rewards for moving a little more. Now in the Acme app.
An enormous mass of seaweed has grown to a staggering size in the Atlantic Ocean, raising concerns from scientists. Researchers say this year's bloom of sargassum seaweed is much larger than previous seasons, and it's roughly twice the width of the continental US. Scientists are worried about the environmental and health impact as the seaweed invades coastal ecosystems and covers beaches in the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico. Researchers have found that human activity and climate change are fueling these massive blooms of seaweed. So why are we seeing such a massive blob of seaweed at this time? What's causing it? And how big a threat does it pose to residents and to sea life?
Well, this is an unusual year in that this sargassum bloom in the Great Atlantic Sargassum Belt started early. It doubled in size between December and January. In 1 month, it doubled in size and was larger in January than it has ever been since this new region of sargassum growth began in 2011. So this is an entirely new oceanographic phenomenon. Previously, the Sargasso was in the Sargasso Sea to the north. That is the central gyre of the North Atlantic Ocean, and would circulate in the currents around that, as well as through the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. So this is a whole new thing. And this is the source of this sargassum seaweed that is creating such a problem, really a catastrophic problem for tourism in the Caribbean region, where it piles up on beaches up to 5 or 6 feet deep on the beaches in some places. In fact, in Barbados, just last week, they reported they need 1,600 dump trucks a day to clean the beaches of this seaweed to make it suitable for tourists and recreation on the beaches. And, you know, where it comes ashore in the mangroves, it comes in such large quantities that it basically sucks the oxygen out of the water and creates what we refer to as dead zones. These are normally nursery habitats for fisheries, and you know, once they're devoid of oxygen, we have lost that habitat. Right. They are also harmful to seagrasses and coral reefs, and obviously to human health as well, because when they rot, they release toxic hydrogen sulfide gas. They have a high concentration of arsenic in the tissue. So you have to be very careful when you clean the beaches and try to reuse this for fertilizers or some other beneficial use.
Caitlin, to you first in Washington, what more do we know about this possible arrest that the former president is announcing on his social media post?
Well, Fred, when and what is going to be charged if it does if it is charged. We don't have the answer to that yet, and neither does Donald Trump. At this point in time, his team, through a spokesman, has made very clear that there has been no notification made to him or his lawyers that he is.
Okay. All right. Now let me catch up on the commentary. Right. Exactly. As I understand it, sargassum seaweed began showing up in small quantities during peak summer around 2011. It's now piled up to a meter high in February, rising sea temperatures and fertilizer runoff. You're absolutely right, Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot. Absolutely right. Very, very smart cookie you are. Do you think Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot, do you think we are coming close to the end times? I do. I believe the veil will come down for 3 days. We will all be able to see who the demons are. That will start the clearing, my humble opinion. Well, you know, many, if you want to, there are certain parts of the Bible that, of course, Book of Revelations, but even other areas that hits the nail on the head. It says, there's one verse where it mentions that in the end times, one of the signs will be that information will increase at a very fast pace, you know, and that sounds like high technology that's rapidly advancing today. And then if you go to 2 Timothy, it describes how people will be in the end times, during the end times. And that hits the nail right on the head. 2 Timothy. The beast, the Antichrist, it might not be an individual. It might not be one person. It might be an organization, evil organization, like the people running the oligarchy, the top 1% of the planet's wealthiest. It could be a secret society, or it could be the leader of a powerful nation. I mean, it could be Vladimir Putin. It could be President Xi of China. Nobody really knows. You know, throughout history, many people were thought of as being the Antichrist. They thought Napoleon was. They thought Hitler was. They thought, going way back to Middle Ages. I mean, every time somebody in power that was evil was wreaking havoc, they called that person the Antichrist. So we won't know until it's revealed, like Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot says, until it's finally revealed, until the demons will reveal themselves. We won't know. It says the Bible says that not even the angels know when the end will be. Like the Great Tribulation, Armageddon, the Great White Throne Judgment Day. Even the angels don't know. But it will come unexpected in the twinkling of an eye. Some people say that the Antichrist is the Vatican. There are many theories about this. But there's a lot of misinformation. Unfortunately, there are people that follow man-made laws of their particular denomination, of their church. I don't go by man-made laws. Okay, you don't need to follow the rules of any church. It's all you need is the Bible itself and a concordance. Well, you could download on the King James version of the Bible. There's an app you can download on the app, and the concordance is right there, right on the app. But you don't need to answer to any sinful human being called a pastor. Okay, they're just as sinful as anyone else. And look at the corruption in the church, in Christianity. Look at all the charlatan crooks. They call themselves evangelists. The prosperity preachers that steal from their followers, their suckers, their parishioners, like Joel Osteen and other people, Benny Hinn and others. And there's been many in the past. They're all false prophets. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know verses of the Bible if it bit them on the tip of their nose. They're not of. They claim, they pretend to serve the God of the Bible, but they don't. They're charlatans. They're pretty well. You know what? You can't. I mean, shame on them for doing what they do. But I blame the people that send them money. I blame the suckers that keep sending them money, believing their bullshit. The biggest phony I ever saw, and you can watch the YouTube videos, is Peter Popoff. He has this like shiny, greasy, black shoe polish hair, slicked back, and his wife who's got dyed blonde hair, and he tells people that if you send him donations, he will send you the miracle spring water that will bring you everything you ever wanted. Meanwhile, the miracle spring water probably came from his toilet bowl. Yeah. You know, look at the monarchy. I bet there's a ton of skeletons ready to fall out of their closet. The British monarchy. Look what happened. They lost their empire, right? The expert theologians have said that that the United Kingdom and the United States are modern day descendants of the Israeli tribes Ephraim and Manasseh, and David's throne is the modern day location of David's throne is in London, England. It's uh, the British Empire, and then of course we are offspring of the British Empire, and all they did was exploit European colonialism. That's all they did. Pillage, plunder, whatever, occupy, exploit for the sake of greed, monetary reasons, resources, stealing the resources of other parts of the world, just like the United States with its almost 1,000 military bases throughout the world. That's occupation for, and they're not there for nothing. They're there to steal the natural resources of these countries. You know, my opinion, I think capitalism is the devil's economics. And since 1776, it was calculated that only 10% of the population became upwardly mobile. And it's always been rigged for the top 1%. Always. Unless you're in the right place at the right time and you have the right connection and you know the right people, if you're part of the bottom 98%, unless you get that big lucky break in life, you're going nowhere. You'll be in debt for the rest of your life. Cost of living will suck up your surplus cash. Health care, if you happen to get sick, will wipe you out. And just the lack of a good economy and job market. You can't win. If you're part of the bottom 98%, you can't win. Unless you fall into shit and you meet the right person at the right time that gives you that big break. And that's it. You're behind the 8 ball. And you notice that a third-party candidate is not invited to the presidential debates anymore. When I was a kid, the presidential debates were run by the League of Women Voters. There was a third-party candidate invited. Now, no, there's not. No third-party candidate. And I think Georgia is one of the very few, if only, state that allows the Green Party to be on the ballot. Now, Americans deserve options. Americans deserve to make the best choice that they choose to make. And they should know all the candidates that are running, not just the candidates that are bought and paid for by the big corporations with the campaign contributions. Oh, I sent you the Ronnie. I sent you the link. I'll post it. Hold on for a second. I sent it to you on Facebook Messenger, Mr. Ronnie S. All right, there you go. Okay, let me get caught up here. Hey, Mr. Ronnie S. from Clearwater, Florida. How are you, sir?
I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, let me catch up on these. Okay. Close to the time. Okay. 20% of world is meg blood. Yes, the British have to inbred. Yeah. Yeah, you're talking about the royal family. There he is.
He's back.
Your video quality seems good tonight, Ronnie S.
No, the video is the same. I'm just inside instead of outside.
Oh, okay. JPN.
So I think what happens is when I'm outside and it gets dark, like really dark right now, the camera's just not strong enough to capture anything.
To be honest with you, Wi-Fi relies on in other words, if it goes from like a clear sky to overcast and very cloudy, and it affects Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's not the Wi-Fi though. I just have it's an old laptop. The camera's not that good on it.
Oh.
You can even see now it's grainy.
Oh, you're using the built-in webcam in the laptop.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's all I have.
All right, JPM.
What do you use?
They're from the Temple of Low Men. I have I use a high definition Logitech with built-in microphone.
You put it on top of the computer?
Yeah, it's clipped. It's clipped on the monitor right now.
Yeah, I can look into something like that. I probably should.
Yeah. Now Ronald got this. I was talking to him offline.
He got a new computer, right?
Well, yeah, but he got this new webcam for $30, and it didn't come with any software. It usually, like this webcam came with a CD that had software from Logitech, and it had all the controls where you can set it the way you want, and the driver for it. But he's been having problems. So I says, well, did it come with any software? He says, no. I says, so you have no way of removing the automatic focus. See, I don't like to use the automatic anything with these webcams because it's very glitchy.
Mm-hmm.
I find it to have a lot of glitches. So I rather just go by the lighting in the room, and that's it. It's as long as it's high definition. Oh, okay. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming by with your.
Is that Bigfoot? A real Bigfoot?
No, that's the Bigfoot from the commercial. The photo. That's that. I think the insurance commercial they used to have this. They used to use it, Bigfoot. His
That's not
pitch
the one from the commercial.
with a gay voice. I appreciate having an intelligent
That's what we need. More
people
intelligent people.
coming on the show and giving commentary. Thank you for stopping by.
James, how was your St. Patrick's Day?
Good. I gorged myself with the corned beef and cabbage.
Did you hear some bagpipes?
I watched the parade from New York.
Yeah, on TV.
I watched on TV. Yeah. I had today. I had a corned beef sandwich from the leftover.
I remember. I guess it was last year. You sent me a video of some guys coming. They were in front of your house on the street, and they had bagpipes.
Oh, that wasn't St. Patrick's Day. That was the hell was that? It had to do with I don't know what it was. All I know is it's the first time I've ever seen that in front of the house. So
Yeah.
and they were good.
Sometimes they do that at like funerals.
Yeah,
There's a church right there, right?
like if a police officer dies in a line of duty, they'll have the bagpipes
So you
playing.
can just you can request that they do bagpipes for anybody. Cause my brother-in-law died prematurely. He was only 35,
Oh,
and
jeez.
they had bagpipes for him
Oh,
because
for God's
he
sakes.
liked them. Yeah, he
So,
got hit by a car. He got hit by a car. So.
so your sister's husband got
Yep.
hit by a car at 35 years of age?
Yeah, he had a little daughter. She's only like 6 years
Oh,
old. It was horrible.
for
Hmm.
God's sakes.
Yeah, it was bad.
And it was totally unexpected out of the blue. It was like
Yeah, basically.
she must be absolutely devastated.
This was a few years ago, but at the time, yeah, it took
Yeah,
her quite a while to get over it.
yeah, but I mean, the guy's young and
Hmm. Yeah,
and
he was a good guy too. He was a really good husband, good dad. It was tragic.
was it drunk? Was it a drunk? Was it
Nah.
or just some scumbag that shouldn't have
Well, it was a hit and run actually, or like it wasn't a hit and run, but the guy kind of tried to leave. It's kind of complicated. Yeah, League of Feminist Voters.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't trying to plug them. I was trying to plug the idea that there shouldn't just be two political parties on the ballot. There
It
should
depends
be
what state you're in. I know New York didn't allow a third party this past election for governor because it depends. It's some party politics shit, but I think it depends how many votes the third party candidate got in the previous election for them to be able to be on the ballot or not. Because in 2018, there was a libertarian candidate for New York
good.
governor, and he wasn't allowed to run again in 2022, or he could run, but he wasn't allowed to be on the ballot.
In other words, there's certain criteria to get
Yeah.
yourself on the ballot. Like in other
So
words,
they didn't meet that criteria in 2018 to be able to be on the ballot for 2022.
oh, you're right because not too not too long ago, how was it? What election year was Dr. Jill Stein and the Green Party? She was on the ballot.
2016.
That was 2016. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
relatively recent, and the Green Party and Jill Stein was on the ballot.
Well, you're talking about the presidential election, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so maybe nobody has
Well,
been able to get enough.
there was a libertarian candidate in 2020 that and I
Jordy.
think there might have been a Green Party candidate. It might have been Jill Stein again. What's up, Jordy?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up,
Jordy,
James?
Rockin'
What's up,
Jordy in the
Jordy?
house.
Scotland.
Cheers. How you guys doing?
Good, good.
What's
Yeah,
new for you?
I finished the series part of the show. Now we can all relax and
Now
uh,
we're rocking.
Yeah.
yeah. He said
Ronnie, how are you doing, man?
I don't know where the hell
I'm
is.
all right. I'm hanging in there, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah. So those are rather large sunglasses there, Mr. Jordy.
Yeah, I'm borrowing. This is actually my fucking mom's sunglasses.
You gotta wear sunglasses in Scotland. It gets really
Yeah,
bright out over
well,
there.
we don't exactly technically gotta wear sunglasses, but when you're on a stream, me personally, I gotta wear sunglasses because I'm stoned
Yeah,
100%
that's
of
Oh,
the
all
time.
about.
I thought you were doing like Howard Stern. He always wore sunglasses at night.
Howard Stern, oh, whatever happened to him?
No, you're thinking
He
about
fell off
Corey
a
Hart.
cliff.
You're thinking about Corey Hart. Corey
Howard
No,
Hart
Howard
sunglasses.
Stern is still on, but he's on
yeah, but he sucks. He's not even funny anymore.
Sirius satellite
Uh,
because he probably ran out of material.
yeah.
He's like
Well,
a corporate shill.
there is one guy. What's his fucking name? I forget his name.
Have you heard Howard Stern lately, James?
Howard
Not
Stern.
not
Howard
lately.
Stern.
It's like Jerry Seinfeld says the reason why he ended the show is because they were really running out of ideas, and he didn't want the show to end in a bad way. So he wanted to.
But then he passed on the show to what's his
James.
name? Steve,
James.
right?
I've been watching Seinfeld, but I'm only on season 2, episode 6 or something.
Keep
like
watching
that.
it. It's a good show.
I've not seen the end of it. I've not seen it all. I'm just on season
Seinfeld's a
2.
good show. It's like a classic.
I've not seen it fully. One of the guys is in Everybody. Do you know what Everybody Loves Raymond is?
No, he's not on that show.
Oh,
Yeah, he is.
no, yeah. What's his name? Uncle Leo.
Yeah, Uncle Leo. And Uncle Leo played. I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
Uncle Leo?
Uncle Leo played one of Frank Barone's buddies.
Yes. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, man.
And yes, and there's another guy from the Seinfeld episode that is also one of Frank Barone's buddies that hangs out with the Uncle Leo actor, and that's remember the doctor who told he was like the main doctor when anytime the Seinfeld gang was in the hospital for some reason. He was like the main doctor, and he was performing surgery on one
The
of
Seinfeld gang?
boyfriends with the junior mint that went up in the air and
I can't remember that. I can't remember that.
yeah,
But,
the doctor.
if you watch, James, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody Loves Raymond. He goes, "Hey, Ray's here."
Yeah, hey, Ray's here. Yeah, he
It's the same actor.
hey, Ray's here.
Hey, Ray's here. That's the same guy.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the same
him.
guy in Seinfeld.
And also the King of Queens, the guy, one of Raymond's friends, one of Raymond's buddies.
Kevin James.
Yes, he broke off and started his own show, and
Yeah.
Frank and Jerry Stiller, Frank Costanza
Jerry Stiller.
played.
He played Arthur. He played Arthur on King.
Yeah, he's Kevin's. I mean, he is his father-in-law on King of Queens.
Yeah, like he's got married to this beautiful woman, and
Yeah.
her father is a dickhead. That's basically the script of the
Yeah, and
story.
he moved in, and
Yeah.
he sleeps in the basement, and also Lou Ferrigno, the bodybuilder
Oh yeah, Lou Ferrigno was his fucking neighbor in the fucking
neighbor.
series.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
it's his neighbor.
Yeah, Lou Ferrigno, the guy that played the Hulk in the
Yeah, the Hulk.
in the 1960s original Hulk.
Yeah,
you know?
he got he was the neighbor on King of Queens.
Yeah, he was.
You
He was,
I'm surprised you guys get a lot of American shows.
We do. I especially I like King of Queens, but my favorite is 2.5 Men. If you've ever
Oh, that's
seen
funny
2.5 Men.
with Charlie Sheen. Yeah.
Charlie Sheen. Yeah.
Now, what about, do you get South Park and Beavis and Butthead in Scotland?
Yes, we do. I love Beavis and Butthead.
I
We
watch.
got the we. I seen the new series and I seen the new movie of Beavis and Butthead. But I didn't think it was up to much stuff. You know, it was
There's a
good,
new,
but it
is
was
there a new
funny.
movie?
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead done. Their first
There's
movie was
Beavis and Butthead Take America, I think, but that's
Yeah,
not new.
Beavis and Butthead Do America. That was the first one, Ronnie. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then they've come up with a new movie recently, and it's called Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. I think. Do
Really?
the Universe. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Before I go to sleep, I always watch South Park and Beavis and Butthead, like
Every
right
night?
before I go to sleep. Yeah,
That's what you do every night before you go to sleep?
yeah. I watch. I have the Spectrum cable app on my phone, and I watch TV on my phone while I'm lying down.
Why don't you watch it
Oh,
on the
okay.
TV?
What?
Why don't you watch it on the TV?
Because I want to be comfortable in my my
Oh, you-
memory foam queen size bed.
You don't have a TV in your room?
No, I have it. No, I have it in the living room. The big screen. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Are you broadcasting from your bedroom right now?
Yeah, where you at, James?
No, I'm in the Progressive Discussions studio. I'm in
Awesome.
the special studio.
Cool. I'm in my bedroom. I'm in my bedroom right now. You know, I can't understand that. You've not got a TV where you're at right now.
He doesn't have a TV in his room.
No, it's in the living room.
No,
I got a big flat screen in the living room.
I got a fucking 50-inch smart 4K
Yeah.
UHD TV in my bedroom right now. How the fuck can you have a room without any TV?
Yeah, what's
What
going
the
on
fuck
over
is
there,
it?
James?
I don't get that.
Hold on.
James.
The fuck
Hold
is
on.
that?
Hold on. Hold your horses.
Oi! Also, where the fuck is the chicks at? There's no fucking women up in here. You know. Okay. Ronnie is smoking on some weed. I'm gonna fucking take
You
myself.
gotta bring the women
bomb.
in, Jordy. You're the ladies' man.
I am, but not online.
Not online? Why not?
Cause I don't know any fucking chicks on here.
No? You think James
No.
does?
He's a fucking womanizer. He's a fucking Charlie Sheen of the internet. What
Well,
are you talking about?
he's an anti-feminist.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about them.
A what?
An anti-feminist.
Anti-dentite?
What the fuck does that mean?
Do you know what a feminist is, Jordy?
I don't understand it, man.
You don't understand.
No, I don't understand it really.
He doesn't understand, James.
For lessons that matter. Known for being a free spirit. No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is known to treat cancer. FDA approved for 16 types of cancer.
Yeah, I watch TV on my
A cancer commercial?
Non-small cell lung cancer.
There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Yeah, I have the cable app on my phone. So
James, have you seen the show of The Farmer Needs a Wife? It's a reality show.
Oh, I saw commercials for that, and you know what? Yeah, it has to do with West Virginia.
Yeah, I don't know if it's West Virginia. It's a farmer, and then there's like 4 hot girls.
West Virginia.
Are they his cousin? Are they?
I think they move into the house, and then like they go on little dates with him and
Yeah,
shit.
but are they related? Are they related to him?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Because I know the like the Appalachian people, you know, the hillbillies, they have a tendency to like the royal family, you know, they're
Yeah,
kind
the
of
royal family's fucked up.
inbred.
Yeah.
Now Jordy, look at Tommy Carroll said this is interesting.
King Charles has a royal wiper.
It's been reported that King Charles has a royal wiper that wipes his ass.
Yeah, what? I don't give a fuck about the royal family.
Yeah,
I,
fuck,
I, I, I
fuck
don't.
the royal
Why?
family,
You know
right?
what? Fuck the
Right.
royal family. They can fuck their
Yeah.
fuck the royal family, man.
I don't like.
Royal Wiper.
You know,
I think they're fucking assholes, man.
You guys over there in the UK, you gotta have a revolution.
you
Like,
know what?
down with the king.
You know what upsetted me? Upset me. Upset. No, that's not. Doesn't sound right.
No, man.
You know what
You-
upsetted me? You know what
no, man.
upset me? I was
What?
looking. I was reading the website about the history of Ireland and the history of particularly the history of St. Patrick's Day
Mhm.
and all the traditions. Very interesting, educational. Anyway, the fucking British. I mean the English. They the King of England passed a law that if any Irish person was caught like playing music like
Mhm.
on the tin flute or speaking in Gaelic,
The what?
they were hung on the spot.
Off
They
with
were
the head.
executed. They were hung on the spot without a trial.
Did you know Saint Patrick he was actually English?
Yes,
Wasn't Irish.
yes. And then he
No, I didn't know.
brought
I didn't know.
Christianity. He brought Christianity to Ireland, and
He got rid of the snakes.
well, I think the snakes. There was never snakes in Ireland. The snakes was symbolic of paganism.
Mhm.
Of
Yeah.
paganism, I think, because the website said there was never a snake, not even fossils of snakes ever found in Ireland. But they do have a lot of peat. Other places, like Scotland, right? You have a lot of peat,
Yeah.
right? Peat moss.
Mhm.
That's what
Yeah.
that's what they smoke the peat to make the Scotch whiskey.
Yeah,
Mhm.
when Ronald
Yeah.
does his morning reviews of whiskey and liquor, a lot of times he says it tastes peaty. And I've asked him before, what the hell does that mean?
It's not
Peaty.
Petey from the Little Rascals, that's for sure.
He
No,
says peaty, like dirt.
um,
I don't know what I mean.
It's like a
yeah,
description they use for whiskey.
the endings suck. You're right, Tommy Carroll. The endings did suck. Yeah, I guess they dry they dry the peat
Hmm.
Mm.
and they use it. I don't know how how you smoke. I don't know how you add smoke to whiskey. I really don't know the process of that, but
Mhm.
I know that they dehydrate blocks of peat moss in Ireland. They use it as firewood.
Okay.
They
Now,
use
why do they call it peat moss?
because it's an actual plant called peat moss.
Peat moss.
It's
Okay.
peat moss. It's an actual plant.
It's not
It-
because of Pete Rose.
I don't know.
You mean
I don't
Pete
know.
Rose that bedded
The
that his
degenerate gambler.
that when he was managing the Cincinnati Reds, he betted against. How was it now? He betted against his own team.
I don't even know.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look at this.
What do we got here, Jordy?
Cronenberg, 1664 from
No,
France.
you're wiggling it. I need to read it.
I'm wiggling it.
You were wiggling the can. Cronenberg,
Cronenborg.
1664. Wow, that's old. And what does it say on top? La Pri, La
La Première, La
La
Pierre,
Première.
La Francais.
Like the Premier League soccer.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now, where the hell is this rockin', cockin', whatever the hell his name?
Rockin' Sockin' Paul.
Rockin'
It's
Sockin'
from, it's
Robot.
from,
We got Rockin' Ronnie here and Rockin' Jordy, so we're good.
We got Rockin' Jordy. Paul's telling me, I want to be on the show. Oh, I got a lot of things to say. I want to be on the show.
where the fuck is,
I gotta
where,
say,
where,
James,
where's Vienna?
Paul has been
Whatever the
pretty
fuck
quiet
Vienna.
lately.
France,
Vienna
Vienna.
is in Austria.
Vienna's fucking Italy.
Vienna's is the
No,
capital.
Vienna's in Austria. Yeah.
It's the capital of Austria, right?
Well, apparently this is from Vienna.
But Paul has been very quiet in the the chat group of truth.
Well,
You remember that,
he's
James?
definitely not quiet on TikTok, and
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is brewed in Vienna. Where the fuck is Vienna? Is
Austria.
that France?
the country of Austria.
Where is Vienna, though?
Where in Austria is Vienna? It's in the middle.
Oh, Austria is like south of Germany.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is from Vienna, I guess.
south of Germany. Yeah.
So it's Austrian beer.
They
Yeah,
say Austrians make the best beer, actually.
they're Austria also makes the Glock 9mm. You know, the polymer a pistol made of polymer.
Do you remember the royal family of Austria? The name? The Habsburgs.
Well, you know, Adolf Hitler was from Austria, and so was
He wasn't in the royal family.
Adolf Hitler.
Arnold Schwarzenegger too.
Yeah, they weren't part of the royal
Get
family.
to the chopper. No.
You know, I like German sausages very much. But
German
you
sausages?
know what I didn't say? I didn't see Ronnie S. And when I went to get the corned beef, they had about 4 different brands, and it was piled high like a mountain of corned beef, and people were going through it like lunatics. So anyway, I didn't see no Irish banger sausages.
Oh yeah.
No banger. I like bangers. I like the
Yeah.
banger sausages
Yeah,
very
they're good.
much.
They're
They're
good.
very good. They have a very nice flavor.
Oh, we lost Jordy.
Jordy, that's a tsunami of beer. It looks like. Looks like a tsunami wave of beer.
It's like you're on the Hawaiian island with beer
Yeah.
splashing in.
You like Hawaiian music, Jordy? Tiny bubbles in the wine. Well, what happened? Oh, you muted yourself, Jordy. You muted yourself. Oh, there you
Fuck's
go.
sakes. I was fucking talking there.
Yeah, but you muted yourself.
Piece of fucking shit. Hold on, what were you saying?
Now you think this is fun? You should see the show I do.
No,
on
I think YouTube is a fucking piece of shit. You know, it's fucking.
You know what?
Garbage.
I'm getting so many scammers sending me messages on between Instagram and Facebook. I think maybe Zuckerberg gets a commission off of these scammers.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg can go and shag a gorilla.
Zuckerberg. Beep 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 beep.
Zuckerberg can go and fuck a gorilla.
He's got the Zuckerbucks, James.
Huh?
He's got the Zuckerbucks.
He's got Zucker.
You heard of the Zuckerbucks?
Did you see he needed?
There's a bank. He opened his own bank.
It's called Zuckerbucks.
No, it's called the bank.
Zuckerbucks.
I don't know what the bank is called, but the cash is called
You
Zuckerbucks.
remember when he was in like a federal court in Washington, and he had a booster seat to make him. He's a little fucking.
He's a little bitch, right?
He's a little bitch. He had a booster seat to lift him up.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
What can you do, James? That's the future of America.
Well, he's a geek. You know, when I was in school,
you used to pull guys like that. You pull their pants up, right?
Oh, you mean wedgies? Atomic wedgies?
Did you do that?
No. But I threw one of them in a dumpster. I turned him upside down and tossed him in a dumpster.
Now, why'd you do that, James?
Because he was insulting everybody, calling everybody stupid, and bragging that he had a high IQ. And
this was in New Jersey?
Yeah, but he was one of those typical geeks. You know, he was a real dork geek.
What high school did you go to in New Jersey?
You know, he got straight A's. And wait, what happened?
Did you go to Thomas Edison High School?
Come over here. You want us to come to Scotland right now?
Maybe he's gonna open up a Geordie's Den,
What?
or what is it called?
Oh, Steve come here. Oh, I thought you
Steve.
were telling us to go to Scotland.
Who's Steve?
No, I'm telling my friend Steve to come here.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah. Because the other jabronis, I don't know where the hell they are.
Where's
Michael
Rockin' Hilton at?
Michael Goldsmith, Rockin' Hilton is.
Well, you got to meet my friend Steve. He's off.
Okay, let's do
Well,
it.
tell him to come on down. The price is right.
That's what I'm telling him. He's fucking live right now. That's stupid.
James, did you send the link to Alex, the beer master?
Hold on. I'll be back.
Well, there's the link. Alex
Send
knows.
it to his Facebook page.
Yeah, but Alex knows.
And send BC the link too.
PC. He'll never come on.
He might, man. He might.
You know, he's been going on Ronald's show because I'm not there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, is that why he's been doing it now?
You know who stopped by to say hi? Oh, I bet you recognize him. He's one of Ronald's this gentleman.
Yeah. He works in a school district. That's good. That's a good way to start a comment.
Well, if you work in a school district, you know,
He works
anytime
in a school district.
anytime I've ever had a conversation with anybody that worked for the Board of Education, they were all
Idiots.
fucking pain in the asses. I never liked to date school teachers because they like talk down to you, you know, condescending.
Yeah.
You could be an adult and they treat you like you're one of their students in class. You know, and you just end up telling them off.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And then they want to be called heroes.
Yeah.
Heroes for what?
Yeah, I mean, if you
Why would they
start
be a hero?
Heroes.
if you start calling too many people
Ronnie,
heroes,
you're taking the piss, ain't you? I fucking
Huh?
love
You
you, man.
that waters down the word
Yeah,
hero.
you can't call everybody a hero, right?
It's like in pro wrestling. You know, everybody's a legend.
Everybody can't be a superstar.
Everybody's a legend. How can everybody be a
Or a
legend?
superstar. I
I mean, originally Bruno Sammartino was a living legend. Now everybody's.
mean, you could say Hulk Hogan's a legend.
Lou
Macho
Ferrigno.
Man.
What about Lou Ferrigno?
Ric Flair, yeah, it's definitely.
Ric
he's a living
Flair.
legend.
You know, the people that put the asses in the seats the most.
Yeah.
Those are
Those
wrestlers.
are the legends. Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, not like
Jesse Turner.
not the ham and egg.
Who? What did you say?
Jesse Turner.
Jesse Turner?
I have no idea who the fuck that is.
So,
Gorilla
hey,
Monsoon.
now we used
Ronnie, I heard you saying something like Jesse Turner or something.
No, I said Jesse Ventura. The former governor of Minnesota.
My bad.
Come on,
My bad. I bet.
remember the ball.
Also, there's a woman called Jessie Andrews. You gotta, Ronnie, look up Jessie Andrews.
You know, Hogan copied Ventura with those boas. Remember when Hogan
Ventura copied superstar Billy Graham.
Superstar Billy Graham was the first, yeah. He had
I've never seen that before.
the boa scarves.
Yeah, that
What?
cool.
You got to be kidding me.
No, I've never seen it before.
The Bay City Rollers? Are you kidding me? They're one-hit wonders.
Who is that?
Hey, how you doing, Tommy?
Saturday Night. Earl's the ones that sang Saturday Night. No, that was the only lyric to the whole song. Saturday Night.
Are the Bay City
Saturday Night
Rollers
what?
still touring? I don't know, man.
Bay
Shorty
City
doesn't know.
Rollers.
Yeah,
Who
cheers,
knows?
Tommy.
Who
Cheers,
might
bud.
know that information?
You know, I hate people that make money off of a song that has hardly any lyrics. Like they repeat the same
if
word.
it's good,
over.
it's good. You know, if it's a hit,
Mhm.
it's a
Oh,
hit. You can't
well,
deny it.
well, you, James, do you know who Stan Ridgway is?
No.
I bet you fucking don't.
Does he make good haggis? Does he have a haggis restaurant?
No, it's not fucking Scottish music, you twat. It's fucking country music.
Oh no, I don't
Stan
know.
Ridgway. Stan Ridgway. Fucking camouflage.
I'm not familiar.
Stan R.
Stan the
I.
man.
Ronnie, look that up.
The Heart Punch.
Stan
the
R.
Man Stasiak.
Stan Ridgway.
I
Yeah,
used to
perfect.
lift. I used to lift the left arm, and so there was less.
Oh, was it like this?
Yeah,
like
he
this.
used to take the opponent's left arm and bring it back, and then punch where the heart is. Yeah, that's a real. That's a dangerous. That's a real dangerous maneuver.
But he did he really hit him when he was doing it?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably gave him like a love tap.
Yeah.
The
But
guy
it
went,
looked good. As long as like if it looked like he was doing something, then that's good.
yeah, yeah. I hate it when
what,
they broke
what I was talking about, James, was Stan Ridgway.
Ridgway.
Stan Ridgway.
Stan Ridgway.
Ridgway.
Oh, no, I never
Stan
heard.
Ridgway.
I don't know country music now. I only know the guys from the past, like
How do you even know country music at all?
like George Strait, Conway.
From my uncles.
No, James, I'm saying James.
You know, ask your uncle if he remembers Conway Twitty.
Yeah, I don't like Conway Twitty.
You don't like him? He's fantastic. George Strait.
He doesn't like him.
Don't like him.
He's all right. I mean, he's pretty fucking good. But Stan Ridgway is
Roy Orbison.
Is my heart. Oh, Roy Orbison. Yeah, I love Roy Orbison.
I'm crying.
Yeah. Pretty woman.
Pretty woman. Sweet, pretty woman. Good enough to eat. Pretty woman.
You know I can help you if it was true. No one can love me as good as you, Mercy.
You know what? Let me get the lyrics up on my phone. Hold on.
Okay.
So I could sing.
You're gonna sing, James?
Yeah.
James is gonna sing. You're gonna sing.
Hold on.
Pretty woman.
You're gonna sing too, Jordy?
Lyrics
Oh, yeah.
Pretty woman.
Ronnie, I'm born to sing, baby. You don't even
All
fucking
right.
know me.
I don't know
I'm
you.
born to sing.
I don't know you.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna sing it.
No, you don't know me. And you
The
should know me
James
because
and
I'm a
Jordy
good guy.
connection.
I'm gonna sing it now.
Let's hear it.
Pretty woman walking down the street. Pretty woman, the kind I like to meet. Pretty woman.
James, that's not the way you do it. You gotta go into it a little bit calmer. You gotta go
I
into
don't
it a little bit.
believe you. You're not the truth. No one could look as good as you. Mercy.
James, you gotta go into it a little bit calmer. You gotta go, pretty woman, not as woman, pretty woman.
I want people to
You.
hear me. All right. Pretty woman walking down the street. Pretty woman, the kind I like to meet.
Oh, you
Pretty
sped it
woman,
up now.
I don't believe you. You're not
No.
you're not the truth. No one could look as good as you.
No one can look as
Pretty
good as you.
Pardon me. Pretty woman.
Mercy.
I couldn't help but
Steve.
C.
Sorry.
So I said P.
James, you gotta sing it slower.
Pretty woman.
Slow it down a bit, James.
That you
Yeah,
look
slow it down, man.
lovely as can be. Are you lonely just like me?
Are you
Pretty
lonely?
woman, stop
just
a while.
like
You gotta
me?
speed it up, James.
Talk a while. Pretty woman, give your smile to me.
James, do you know
Oh
what?
my God, this guy won't let me get through this song.
Try and sing New York by Frank Sinatra.
right, I gotta get the lyrics.
You gotta sing New Jersey by Frank Sinatra.
New York, Frank Sinatra lyrics.
What about
New
Neil
Jersey.
Diamond? Neil Diamond. My granddad was a big fan of Neil
I
Diamond.
don't like Neil Diamond.
I love Neil Diamond. I love Neil Diamond.
Oh, here we go. All right. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today.
Today,
I want
I want to
part of it.
be a part of it.
New York.
New York,
Vagabond
New York.
shoes.
These vagabond shoes.
They're long
They are longing to stray.
right through the very heart
Very James, for fuck's
of
sake.
New York. I want to wake up in a city that never
Never sleeps.
and find I'm
I'm
the
king
hill,
of the hill.
top
Top
of
of the
deep. These small town blues,
town blue.
they're,
I'm longing to stray.
they're melting away. I'll make a brand
A
new
brand new start of it.
in old New York
No, New York.
if I can make it
Make
there.
it there. I'm gonna make it, baby. Anyway,
Anywhere it's up to
up
you,
to you.
New York, New York.
James, for fuck's sakes. Copy me.
Yeah, and it goes on and on.
Copy me. New York. New York. You know?
Now I know the theme song by heart to the Beverly Hillbillies. Let me tell you a story about a man named Jed. The poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up from the ground come a bubbling crude oil.
Do you know who
Texas
do you know who Ugly Kid Joe is?
What?
Ugly Kid Joe. There's a band called Ugly Kid Joe, and it's a good song. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go off this.
What did you say, Cunnilingus?
What?
You're talking about Cunnilingus?
No, I said Ugly Kid Joe.
Rockin'
Who's that?
Paul Mantia, the
Who's
king,
that?
the king, Paul Mantia, Rockin' Paul, and he's doing what Rockin' Ronnie S is doing. Oh.
Oh man,
What's up, Rock and
I
Paul?
just took a hit of this CBD.
All
Rock
right.
and Paul. Cheers. How's it
Oh
going,
man,
bud? Rock
it's
and Paul.
going, it's
Rock and
going,
Paul.
man.
Cheers from Scotland, Glasgow.
Hold on,
Cheers
Jordy,
from Glasgow.
I want to introduce you to Jordy from Scotland. He's into writing music, but like more on the techno side.
Yeah, I'm into the techno, and I'm getting into more. Let me see. My pianist wants to work on like not coffee house music, but electronic with funk. So we've been designing and arranging shit. So, but
Yeah, I was watching a video by Boris. In Europe, that electronic techno is very popular. They have like concerts.
yeah,
Techno was invented in Germany, I think.
Jordy's got his equipment also.
well,
that right,
I
Paul?
don't smoke. I'm not smoking bud right now because you can't trust anything
trust
in New York.
Anything.
Too many fucking kids have. This guy up the road here, I heard he bought some bud from one of the stores. Went home and smoked it and died. Died the next day. There was fucking this shit called it's not fentanyl. There's a new drug called Trank. It's what they're lacing
That was
into the
around
fentanyl.
before.
But
That was
now
around
what this
20
shit is?
years ago.
No, this shit right here is different though. What it's doing is they're mixing it with the heroin and everything. And what's going on is that's why you're seeing everybody when you never see them do this before. Like they're doing it now, leaning over on the street. People just sitting there like this
Yeah.
on one leg. How do you do that and not fall? Like I can't even do that on one leg and not fall when I'm sober. So what the fuck, you know? So, you know, and then on top of it, it's deteriorating their skin. It's eating their flesh. It's a flesh-eating drug. So they're smoking it or whatever they're doing with it. And then about 2-3 days
Hey.
later, 4 days, a week later, they start noticing their skin is
Paul, do you
peeling off.
remember angel dust?
Oh yeah, back then, man, I had that shit laced in my. I never did it, but it was laced in my weed a while. You know, I had a. Yeah, I remember back in the day. I didn't like that shit laced in my weed,
Yeah.
man.
So
You
do you think
don't
it's kind of
mix.
similar today to what that was like?
Yeah, man. I guess. I mean, yeah, you
Yeah.
got a point, but it's a little different. There's a lot of difference because they're purposely doing it.
Who is?
You know, what do you think the cartels are purposely, man? China, you know,
The government?
you know, these drugs are coming from. They're saying they're coming from China.
You
You
think the
know,
government's behind it?
they gotta be.
The U.S. government?
Yeah.
Oh, the
I don't want
opium.
to say. I don't want to say too much about the U.S. government anymore. I want to keep my mouth.
Like you were suing them,
Yeah,
right?
we don't want the show to get pulled.
No, I'm not suing the U.S. government. You know, how can you sue the U.S. government? How's that? You know, how can a
Were you
civilian do that?
suing
The state,
bureau
the state,
of?
the state
Oh,
of New York.
oh, you were suing New York
Yes,
State. Okay.
and yes, you can look it up too because the index number is online. You know, it is public information. The documents are all there online where you can read up and see. You know, certain things. You know, and certain things my lawyer won't put up there. But you know, oh, you better
But you
believe
shouldn't put everything, you know.
it's already in. Let's put it like this: it's so in that he's already, you know, sent letters out to the Secretary of the State, man. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
they haven't harassed me or my family here for a while, but right now we got other problems with her
Hey,
grandfather
Paul,
had
what about those
her grandfather
those?
getting attacked, listen, by the shot because he had another stroke yesterday
Oh, the
in the
shot?
street.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in the hospital now because, you know, he's 84. They don't, you know, the hospital's going to catch a lawsuit because they fucked up.
He
They
took the
fucked up
shot.
too with him. Well, you see, they trying to say the shot, but I mean, I'm sure that the shot did, you know, because the exact symptoms of what's going on out there, you know, he's got.
Thank you, Tommy. Take care. Take care of yourself. Thank you for coming by.
You know, this ain't new news to you or anybody out there. We already knew
No,
that, you know,
no.
you can't trust the government. If somebody offers you a cheeseburger to take a shot, you know, think about that.
That's what they were doing too, right? That's
Oh,
what they were doing
these
that.
fries are great. They're
Yeah.
great. Yeah. You know, think
Oh
about
shit, man.
vaccines when you think about
They were
biting
giving
this
them at
cheeseburger.
McDonald's,
Huh?
right?
No,
Yeah,
I had
fucking DeBazio, his commercial. Think about
Yeah.
vaccine when you bite into this
He
burger.
was eating a fucking
no
cheeseburger.
vaccine because I lost the show because
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
really?
yeah. You can talk about others.
Oh,
Other
okay.
stuff.
Well, my grandfather was with this girl named Maxine. You know who Maxine is? You
Yeah.
never, you know, this chick. So he was with, you know, he got with her, you know, 2 years ago, and now I don't
2
know.
years
He's saying
ago.
he's clotting all up inside, you know.
Yeah.
Maxine is causing the clots.
Yeah, man. And the doctor said it to her. The doctor said straight out that they have so many fucking cases. So many cases with people that took the Maxine. Max, you know, Maxine, the bitch. Everybody that fucked her. And what it's doing is she's saying is attacking certain groups, like the age groups. You notice how they did everything with age groups? Okay, this is how they keep track. Okay, we're gonna have infant to 6 years old come in and get their vaccine today. You know, Max. And then we're gonna have the teenage world come in and get their vaccines. And then we're gonna have the mid-age come in and get theirs. They did it in groups of ages, man. So you see, I really believe. You might think I'm crazy. Sometimes I think I'm crazy for thinking this shit, but I honestly believe that Maxine can inject, you know, a small little particle into you to where they can control the microwaves, the waves, like musicians know all about waves. Okay. Well, just imagine, think of it like this to the guy from Scotland. What's your name? Geordie. Think about it like this. Say we took, okay, so say we took this piece of wire here and I plugged it into my brain. All right. I plug it into my brain. Now I'm going to fuck with the frequencies and sound frequencies. So let's see. I want to make somebody angry as fuck. So let me turn this little switch up right here. So remember, sounds can fuck with your emotions. Do you know that? Do you know that when you're recording and you use certain sounds, sometimes that sound can fuck with you? Do you know that?
Yeah, well, they talked about that in
Well,
ancient India.
And I honestly, I don't know if it's in Maxine or not, but I know that's coming soon.
Asian India.
So let's get away from Maxine, but he's in the hospital and he's in good hands. But he's had 3 strokes in the amount of 2 months, and got right back up after the stroke. You know what the doctor called him a zombie. The doctor said this man's a zombie.
I have no idea.
Called him a fucking zombie. What doctor calls the patient a zombie?
That's fucked up, man.
I said, is he alive or is he not alive? Is he unliving? Because I ain't never fucking seen an old man at 84 years old
a zombie?
have 2 fucking strokes and then get right back up and get dressed. Right after 2 strokes? Bro. And then he had his 3rd one yesterday in the street. He's a lucky man. He had 4 women over there massaging him, wiping his head off, whatever. But, he's staying this time because Coney Island Hospital is getting fucking sued. They released him a month and a half ago. Listen, the granddaughter's going to do it. A month and a half ago, they released him and said there's nothing wrong with you after he had 2 strokes. They made him walk fucking home at 5 o'clock in the morning, okay? Listen to this. And he fell on the way home, okay? He got home. He was all bruised up. 3 weeks later, he goes to the brain doctor. He finally got an appointment. You know what the brain doctor said? To the granddaughter, you should file a lawsuit. Malpractice all the way. All the way. Malpractice. Made him leave. And he said the man has a hole on each side of his brain, okay? And he had 2 strokes. He lost his speech, part of his speech. And the doctor goes, they sent him home, and he said they did a brain scan and said nothing was wrong with him. What? So now this time, she said something. She said, well, I'm filing a lawsuit. Because about the last time. And this time they decided, okay, we'll keep him. But they didn't want to keep him because there were no beds last time. There were beds. But we'll get away from that topic now.
Now,
see all these topics.
What about? I got a juicy topic. What about the powers that be trying to take away our First Amendment rights?
Oh, get ready! It's the beginning. They did it. Listen, don't believe. I know people. I'm not saying names. I know people in New York and the United Nations, and he doesn't give a fuck. He's running his mouth now. He said he works with peace. He works with making peace for the world, okay? The guy's got no bad bone in his body, but this is what he said.
Oh, the Chinese guy?
No. He's not Chinese, but he said straight out to me. He lives in United States, by the way, and he works for the United States. He's the global peacemaker for the United States of America.
I'll be right back, okay?
But, he's not saying much, but he said to me, if they're stupid enough to go and arrest Donald Trump, he said, it's a game. It's a fucking game. He goes, it's all a game. It's bullshit. He goes, you think they're really going to put him in jail? He goes, yeah, they're going to arrest him and make a big scene. He goes, okay, because, there's ways that they're going to bring in certain things that they need to bring in right now, okay? So what's the best thing they could do right before the elections? We're going to arrest Donald Trump. No, Donald Trump is not going to be arrested. He's going to be fingerprinted, and then his lawyers are going
Has
to begin
Donald
the
Trump ever been
proceeding.
arrested before?
They're going to be,
Like
I
a
don't know,
real
but they're
arrest?
going to begin the proceedings. But you're going to arrest him over a fucking, he paid a porn star money before he was even president. But Joe Biden went around sniffing up little boys and little girls, and and then Bill Clinton had his dick sucked by a fucking porn star. He ain't in jail. So think about it.
They
Just
say Clinton was actually a real predator. He went after a lot of young interns.
all right, whatever he did. But a lot of people did a lot of shit, and if he's going to go to jail, then they all should go to jail.
Well, every president
But
since at least World War II
they're not going to
should
lock
go
him
to
up
jail.
because look,
Every
they
single
said it to
president
me.
should go to jail for
I
war
know, but you know
crimes.
what? You got to think of it like this. You think they're really going to put him in jail? No, he's going to be
No,
bailed.
no.
His bail's paid. He's going home, and he's living his life just like everybody else, and that's
Right.
it.
At least
And
he's
the
living
shit will
a
linger
lot
on.
better than everybody else. A lot better than
And
everybody else.
trial, yeah,
You see
trial.
fucking
There'll never
Mar-a-Lago,
be a
man?
fucking trial. You know that.
place is beautiful.
Okay, but think about this now, Ronnie. Okay, so now they're taking President Trump to Tuesday. They're going to do all
The
that.
Gitmo? They're taking him to Gitmo?
Yeah. So on top of it, they're not going to do that.
Guantanamo Bay?
Now they got an arrest warrant out for Putnam. Go figure. You think about that one for a minute. So you have an arrest warrant the day before, whoever went first, Donald and then Putnam. Okay, think about that for a minute. Right before the elections, you're going to put the two people that people do actually like. People like them. You're going to put an arrest warrant out for him and arrest him. What does that sound like to you? What are they trying to do? I know what they're trying to do. These motherfuckers want to see a civil war. They want us to fight against each other. You get it? Let's get the Republicans and the Democrats, civilians, to fight against one another, all right?
Yeah.
While we sit back and collect all the free money we're getting in Ukraine, okay? But that's not going to happen this time. You see, because what they did is they really fucked up by trying to ban TikTok now. Because I'm going to tell you, TikTokers have done something pretty smart. They're banning. They say, okay, you want to ban TikTok? Then we're going to boycott Facebook and Instagram. And they got this big thing going around. There's like 700,000 people who have deleted their accounts with Facebook and Instagram in the past 2 fucking days. And you better believe that's going to continue. You see, when companies like Facebook and Instagram lose 2%, they go fucking crazy over 2%. Imagine losing millions and millions and millions of people on your fucking social media site, on your platform. Man, you coughing your brains out over there, man. You must have some good weed, man.
It's called purple star dog.
What kind of weed you smoking?
I'm smoking purple star dog.
You said it's horrible?
I'm smoking purple star dog.
Oh, I never heard of it. There's so many brands out there, strains, and it does,
Yeah.
See this? I know what I'm smoking. Well, I don't know what I'm smoking, but we don't know what we're smoking anymore. You don't know what the fuck. Look,
What you got back there?
this is it's an oil pipe. It's made by this company here. I'll show you.
Okay.
It's made by it's called Mad Labs. It's based out of California. But like I said, this is all government controlled shit now.
Yeah.
So how the fuck do you really know? You really don't know if you're actually getting THC in this shit. They could be giving you something in this stuff here, mixing it in there, and making your asses believe that that's what's in there.
It's probably fucking CBD. I'm not sure.
The scientists can make shit that that can do the same exact effects.
Yeah.
As marijuana can, but not the same health effects. And instead, it'll give you bad health effects.
Paul,
Because
can I just
marijuana
say
is
it?
not supposed to make you feel bad. It's supposed to make you feel happy.
Yeah,
Good.
that's the way I feel. I feel happy.
Yeah.
I feel relaxed.
Yeah.
And
It's
chill,
supposed to cure your
you
depression,
know?
if you have
Yeah,
any. Cure everything.
exactly. Yeah.
That's
That's
why
the
they
way I
took it
feel
from
when I
us.
take the shit. Yeah.
Well, now they want to make this into a pharmaceutical drug. That's the direction they're going in United States.
I can't see that happening because they would be too strict with the fucking dosage. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I know what I'm smoking because I know that this is oil, and I know the company. I know some of the
Yeah,
people
I'm
who
smoking on.
started this company. I know the people who run it in California. It is not government controlled, this brand here. So, but once they get big, that's what'll happen. The money will talk. The bullshit will walk. The government will offer them money so they can have some kind of control over their product. And that's it. Or they'll make a law where they have no choice and they're gonna have control over everybody's shit. It doesn't matter,
Yeah.
but they're gonna ban.
Exactly.
Are they going to ban TikTok?
Yeah.
No,
I
they're
don't.
not going to ban TikTok, or they might, because if they do,
There's a college in Florida, I think, that has already banned TikTok.
yeah, well, you know, if they arrest Trump and they go through with that, which they're going to do it already, we heard that. They got warrants out for putting them, and then they're going to go ban TikTok so nobody knows what's going on in the world. Because if you really think you're going to get it from, well, you might get it from Clapper, this new page called Clapper, but you know what Clapper's owned by?
What the fuck is
Yeah, there's a new site. It's just like TikTok. Exactly like fucking TikTok. No different, okay? It's called Clapper. And guess who it's owned by?
China.
Ian Chen. Chen is his last name. He's Chinese. So what they did is they made another fucking app because they knew TikTok is about to get slapped. And now they're telling people go to Clapper and it's exactly the same everything. The same live. But you see, the problem there is now you have to steer all your friends that you built up on TikTok to the new page, which can be difficult because, you know, I got 50,000 friends on 2 different followers on 2 pages, and I have another page that has 26,000 that I haven't even opened up to the public yet. So I got 3-4 different pages. You know, my main page has got fucking, you know, over 300,000 likes, man. I mean, I got about 7 million comments on that page, on that profile. You know, I'm almost at 30,000 friends. I don't really promote it like I used to, but because to me, I'm saying this, what if I go promote? I'm going to promote this shit, put my time into it.
Yeah.
I was making money, and then all of a sudden, one morning, I'm going to wake up and TikTok's going to be wiped off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
So what happens to your money? What happens to people's businesses? What happens to people's TikTok stores that they built?
No, you know
All that work put into it, huh?
I've never been on.
That's like shutting down fucking Amazon, okay? Or shutting down Etsy.
TikTok.
Because this is big, man. You're talking about 100 million people, 100 million people a day, 90 minutes a
It
day.
sounds like a fucking load of balls to me. You know.
They don't even talk about the fucking government, man. Everything's been about the derailments, about what's going
I'm
on.
not even talking about that shit. I'm talking about the fucking, you know, everybody's going and doing those fucking, you know, I don't even know what the fuck Instagram is. I've got Instagram, I've got Facebook, but most of the people these days, you know, they got all those different apps and stuff, you know. I was talking to a chick about 2 weeks ago, and she was telling me to go on TikTok, and I don't know what the fuck TikTok is all about. It's a load of bollocks. It's a load of shit, James. TikTok is a load of bollocks. You know what I'm talking about. James, you know, Ronnie, you know what I'm talking about, you know.
So, Jordy, have you did any new songs?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, I
Yeah.
tell you one thing. Rock and Paul's Northern Lights tie-dye is absolutely exploding. I mean, his product line
Okay.
is unbelievable now, what he's been doing. And you know, Memorial Day weekend is creeping up on us, which means beach weather, which means that he's got tie-dyed beachwear that'll knock your socks off.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be sundresses, it could be sarongs,
Yeah, James. Yeah.
you know.
Because
Yeah, look at that
I
material.
basically I've not actually made music in a while, James.
Look at this new shirt, James.
So like, oh, that's awesome. That's cool.
Oh,
Wow, right?
look at that, man.
Look at that color, man. The
Oh.
color.
Yeah, that's like
We got her now. She was found in you know how much this fucking thing is? These things are $500, man. Okay.
500?
Yeah, without the arms and legs.
Easy, Jesus.
Listen, and they found my seamstress found the shit in a dumpster in New York.
God
And she goes, listen,
Paul.
I said, I don't really dumpster dive, but I said, when I see shit like that, fuck yeah, I'm taking that home, man. You know what I mean?
You
Because
buy
I
that
know
shit?
just for this one piece. And the arms are $200 for the arms. And then
Hey,
they want
Paul,
300 for the
Paul,
legs. I'm not buying that shit.
Paul, did
Fuck
you
that,
buy that
man.
shit for $500?
What a ripoff.
Hell fucking, I didn't buy that shit. We found I was with my seamstress and she found it in the dumpster while we were coming home from the fabric store.
Okay.
And she goes, hey, you should take this. I was like, I'm going to take that because I know how much it's worth. I know what this shit costs, man.
Damn, I would have took it.
You
I
know?
would have took it. I would have took it.
I think she's possessed. I think she's possessed because she does weird shit at night, man. Some weird shit been going on, man. You know what I mean? I could swear I seen her. I think she went into the studio the other night and started recording.
Hey, how are you doing?
Is she a Wiccan high priestess? Does she do witchcraft?
Yeah, I got a nice studio set up here.
Yeah, very professional. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been recording, but not too much. I mean, you know, there's just a lot going on right now. So
Show Jordy the Starship Enterprise flight deck. You know, your recording studio equipment.
Star Trek.
Because I don't think he's ever seen it.
Oh, he hasn't?
I ain't never
No.
seen it, no.
I don't think he's
I
ever
ain't never seen it.
They got in a fight, James.
Oh,
Him and him. Yeah, she punched him in his face and he took her arms and legs. Oh shit.
Paul,
Nah,
that's fucking awesome, man. You live in the museum.
Yeah, I don't have the system on right now, but you know.
Paul, that's fucking awesome, bud.
I got rid of the other board. The other board sitting out the door over there. It stopped. There were channels not working. So what the fuck? I don't need that shit. A fucking 7 foot, 8 foot board taking up space in the house. So I'm throwing it out.
James, I
offered if anybody.
I come on here for the first time in a while. James, I talked to you for a bit. James, you're awesome. Rock and Paul, you're awesome. Ronnie, you're a bit of a dickhead, but it's all good. Everybody else is fucking awesome. You know?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
James, you're awesome.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
James,
you should follow us on TikTok anyway or whatever, you know, because
are you on TikTok?
I don't think they're gonna ban it. I think it's just like a distraction threat.
Mm-hmm.
But if they do ban it,
there's too much at stake.
If they ban TikTok, I'm gonna put it like this. We woke a lot of motherfucking people up on there in the last 2 years, okay? When I got on TikTok, these motherfuckers, nobody believed.
James, I gotta go. So I'm gonna say,
okay, take care. Have a good night. Have a good night, Jordy.
Peace, love, and happiness to you, James. Thank you for having me tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Take care.
Good night. Paul, good night.
Hey,
James,
nice meeting you,
Paul,
Jordy.
you guys are awesome. James, Paul, you two guys are fucking brilliant. Good night.
Good night,
Beyond a
man.
naughty. Beyond a naughty.
Thank you.
Also, before I go, I wanna say to you, James, I'm going to try and make manicotti di ricotta.
Manicotti?
Yeah.
Oh, manicotti, huh? Yeah, we
Manicotti
made lasagna the other night.
Oh, damn.
Get-
Lasagna?
Oh
me
yeah, that
hungry
shit came out. 14 pounds of lasagna gone in 2 days.
Wow.
You know
Do
what it
you
fucking cost? You know what it cost us real quick? American money? Listen, almost $60. $60, man, for one
$60?
fucking meal.
Gee,
60.
was that,
Yo, that used to cost
was
me
that just
20
for the
bucks
meat or was that for the full thing intact?
for a small little fucking pan like this. To make a small pan, the ricotta,
God
a
damn.
32 ounce of ricotta is almost $11 now, man.
Yeah, the ricotta cheese.
You know,
They're fucking they're crazy. They're
You
crazy,
gotta-
man.
yeah.
in order to make a good lasagna, you got to get the top quality mozzarella and ricotta. You got to get good stuff like a polio or maybe even
Yeah,
better.
we get polio. Polio, that's
Especially
it.
the
Polio, not
ricotta.
polio.
The ricotta. The ricotta.
Polio.
It's gotta,
So-
the ricotta is most. In fact,
gotta-
James,
Expensive, man.
James,
All right,
James.
take care, man.
All right, take it
Hold
easy.
on. No. Hold on.
Over and out.
James,
Over and out.
James, do you know what manicotti is? Manicotti.
Yeah, sure I do.
Do you know what manicotti is?
It's a tube. It's a macaroni tube with ricotta cheese and I think some melted mozzarella on top and tomato sauce. I know what it is.
I've never had that before, but I want to try it. Have you had that before?
Oh,
It's an
thousands
Italian
of
dish.
times.
It's called
Maybe
manicotti.
we could ship some to you.
No, it's an Italian dish. It's called manicotti di ricotta.
Manicotti or manicotti.
Manicotti di ricotta.
What are you talking about? Yeah, right. You like what do you call I'm doing a little stereotypical voice. Hey, what the hell's the matter with you?
Manicotti di ricotta. You know I want some
Wait,
Italian woman.
Do you say
up in
sandwich?
here.
Do
Where
you
am I
say
going with
sandwich or
this?
sandwich?
I'm about to do. I've done a bong heat. I am about to drink a beer.
Listen, you like tortellini? You ever have tortellini, Jordy?
Oh, the pasta. Yeah.
Tortellinis, yeah.
Yes.
The tricolor. They got the spinach tortellini.
Oh, he's in Scotland.
James, you're
Right?
forgetting.
He's in Scotland.
I know half of Italian. You know.
Oh.
Tagliatelle. That's another type of pasta.
You got my stomach acids all churning.
Tagliatelle.
Oh, by the way, I gotta tell you something that big mistake people make with lasagna. They overboil the lasagna noodles. You have to
Yeah,
boil.
man, you can't do that.
It's got to be like a diving board, stiff like this.
Yeah, it's gotta be soft.
But I'll tell
And then
you
they ask you why do you put olive oil in the boiling water so it doesn't stick together?
Extra virgin olive
you can
oil.
do that. But what I'm saying is the lasagna.
Yeah, they got to be extra virgins.
The lasagna goes in the oven, so you can't overboil.
Any extra virgins up in here? Is there any virgins up in here?
No, extra virgin is very dark green and
There's no virgins here.
has an
I'm talking
aroma
about-
when you open the knob. I mean you take the cap off, you can smell it. It just hits you. I'm telling you, it's like a condiment. You can put it on Italian bread. You can pour it on.
I'm thinking of some fucked up shit while you.
The recipe.
Well,
the
what I
recipe
mean is
that I want to
lasagna
make
goes in
is
the oven.
manicotti di ricotta.
Extra virgin olive oil. You could spread it on everything, right?
No. What I want to make is manicotti di ricotta.
Well, extra virgin olive oil is the first squeeze of the olive.
James,
Squeeze.
James, for fuck's sakes, listen to me. Manicotti di ricotta. You know what it is?
Manicotti.
big giant pasta tubes with cheese and stuff.
Now, rigatoni does rigatoni in Italian mean
Yeah, but he
rigamoni?
wants to make manicotti, not rigatoni.
No, rigatoni is a different type. Rigatoni is a different type of pasta.
Rigatoni is a big giant ziti. It's like it's a tube.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I got an idea, James. Hey, Jordy, you
Yeah.
get me and James round trip tickets out to Scotland, and we'll come there and we'll teach you how to make any fucking Italian dish you want. I promise.
Shit, you guys can stay here in my house. You guys can stay in my house.
You know what I had yesterday, Jordy? I had organic whole wheat spaghetti with white clam sauce with extra virgin olive oil. And I tell you, when you use
James knows where to get these extra virgins, man. He lives in Jersey.
Hey, if you know any virgins from 18 to
not from the
25,
Bronx.
He said you got to rub them right.
not the one,
James,
not the one from the Bronx.
If you know any virgins,
Oh God! Oh no! Don't go there.
if
Oh
you know
my
any
God,
virgins
man.
from 20 to 25.
First squeeze of the olive, Jordy. The first squeeze.
Oh, I love olives. I love olives. Yeah.
I think Ronnie must have, maybe he went to the turlet and he fell asleep on the turlet bowl.
So now you got the administration out here, the United States administration. They definitely go after they go after extra virgin.
Yeah, they go to a special resort.
Yeah.
You know,
all right, man.
Ronnie, I hope you're good, bud. Ronnie is a cool guy, but I think he's a bit of a pasty.
I don't know where Ronnie went. He's off completely.
No, he's around, but he maybe he fell asleep on the toilet.
I think he takes the test. He takes the test, James. Ronnie
Maybe he fell in. He might have fell in the
He's a cool
toilet.
guy, but he takes
Scottish
the
has some good food. I want to try haggis.
Oh
Scotland.
yeah, you gotta try some haggis, man. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna try some haggis. And you have meat pies. What do you call the meat pies in Scotland?
Mince pies.
Mince? Mince pies?
Mince. Yeah. Mince.
You know, the meat pies originated in United Kingdom. All the meat pies, but you know what they do in the United States, the bastards? They use they stretch the meat with potatoes, and they give you less meat in the pie.
Oh, okay.
Like if you buy a chicken pot pie, I don't care what company it is, it's loaded with freaking potatoes. It's horrible. That's why I don't get it anymore. Trader Joe's, I'm telling you, their frozen food, they got a family style lasagna, a big one, with meat, and it tastes just like a homemade lasagna. It's got the nice ground beef. What do you got there? You got your equipment there, Jordy?
My apologies. Huh?
You got your equipment already.
Oh, you mean this?
Rock and Paul. I'll tell you, I am so happy about. I was telling my sister about Northern Lights product line, tie dye, and she says, "Oh, I love tie dye." She told me. I told them that you have colors, you have dyes that can dye any material known to man, and is guaranteed not to wash out or fade.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going different directions and different avenues now. We're not playing with these let's see, how I'm gonna call you guys.
Mickey Mouse?
New York cutthroat fashion line, we're not playing with them stupid asses no more. They think they can steal and sell people out, man, but I'm gonna be, straight up. They fucked up doing that shit to me, man, because they don't know what I got going on behind closed doors right now. They have no idea. No idea.
That's why it's very important.
I just did a big TV show with A&E Network, It was for something else, but they incorporated my company name after they heard what Urban Outfitters did to me. They incorporated the name into the credits. All the movies are coming out now. IMDb, my movie credits are out there now. You know, I started getting my credits. They started, you know, everybody's giving me the credits I deserve now. You know what I mean? And yep, and we won first place for that movie trailer this year. So
Great, fantastic.
that movie's coming out. It's coming out soon. It's coming out in September 2023. And I
See,
got the theme song, you know what I mean, the main soundtrack. My song won #1 in Hollywood for movie premiere. So I'm just waiting to see when I'm gonna get paid. You know what I mean? Yeah, when's payday, huh? When's payday? After it comes out on the big screens, or I thought it was before?
yeah, payday's supposed to be before.
It's okay because, you know, look, I told them straight the fuck out. I said, look, I know you're making tons of money selling Blu-rays. I said, when this thing hits the big screen, I said, you know, when it hits the big screens, I want to see money in my bank account.
That's right. That's right.
Because I got the #1 song on there. Yeah. You can give me all the credit you want, but, you know, money talks.
What's the point?
Right. Money talks, credit walks.
What's the point in getting all these pats on the back and compliments and titles and all this shit? You know what?
If you're not getting paid.
You need the cash, and you need the big cash.
Like A&E TV networks, if they use your content, and most of the networks run like this anyway. See, it sucks in two. Well, I mean, in my point of view, when you license your content, the minute it's licensed, you should get paid. You shouldn't have to wait till after the TV show decides to air it. The interview. Not a lot of people get a live interview with them, okay? Because of who I am and my name and what I've done in my lifetime. Well, my content is so good that, I mean, when I tell you these people are in contact with me every single day on this film, with what's going to go out on network, I'm going to tell you what it's going to be season 4, episode 3 on Neighborhood Wars. Neighborhood Wars, season 4, episode 3. And that should be coming out, I think, we don't have an exact date of the release, but it's going to be on A&E TV network. It's on Netflix. It's going to be on Stars. There's so many different channels, you know. A&E is a big network. So, but you know, they do all the same thing. They don't pay you until after the fact, because it kind of works like this. Oh, if we didn't air your show, then you know, we don't have to pay you. But you know, those things need to change with the policies and that, because when you license out your content, you should be getting paid right then and there. Like with my songs, if somebody wants a license, you know, I have thousands of songs that, well, I'm going to put them back out. If they want to license the material, there's a fee. So they can either lease it, you know, which that's what it is. You're leasing my shit. You're leasing my songs. So you can either pay a monthly fee for how long you're going to lease it for, or you're going to pay a one-time fee, and you're going to have a time limit. You'll have a time limit. Oh, you can use it for one show, and that's it, or for one thing. You know, depending on what you're discussing, what the contracts are. But you know, it's the same thing as people going and buying your YouTube content. Like if you have something up there, you know, say you caught something in New York City on a subway, a fight. Okay, well, they got different TV networks that cover that. So this one's Neighborhood Wars. This might be you know, I got a show called Subway Wars. Okay, that's on my YouTube channel.
Right.
So, you know, you could take Subway Wars, and I might say, okay, I want to open up a TV show now. So I'm going to start looking for content, and contacting the content owners and saying, hey, I want it, well, they email you first and they let you know through an email. They email you, they tell you they might like to use your content, they explain everything, it's up to you. You get back to them, you call them up, you have a phone. I call them. I don't do no through, I do everything else through email, the contracts, but calling, I like to talk and see, how much money I'm going to get out of it because they already know what they want to pay you when they call you. But the minute I say, well, I'm a celebrity status, so I need to be paid as a celebrity status.
Exactly.
And you better believe they're paying me celebrity status. And I'll get my check after they air the show. That's fine with me. It's guaranteed because they wouldn't put as much work into a show as they're putting into it if they weren't going to use it. They're putting a lot of work into the show. Every day I've been sending him new content,
Mm-hmm.
I have to send him certain content to go along with my interview, like the B-roll. You got to have a B-roll. You got to have a B-roll where you're going to show the neighborhood, where it happened in. You're going to show some things, just, little pictures here and there as they bring me on. And they're going to show I did like a 2-minute interview. So what'll happen is they'll have me talking for a minute, and then they'll start showing you pictures of the neighborhood in the background, as I'm talking, and then they'll start showing you clips of the content where it leads up to how this took place, So you're basically building scenes with the director of the A&E network, and when I'm working with him, I'm working with him hand on hand. He's like, hey, I got a couple of other shows I might want you to work on with me arranging. So hey, we'll talk. Money talks.
First season, second season free.
What was it?
You can watch first season and second season free on A&E if they're interested.
Well, you can watch. My wife said first and second season free on A&E.com if you're interested in learning what the show's about. It's called Neighborhood Wars.
About crazy neighbors.
It's about crazy neighbors and crazy slumlords and slumlords' friends.
Wow.
That do, and you can find, and I rather you watch it on A&E. So, the content is on YouTube. But of course, you could go watch it on my YouTube channel. James can give you the information. It's, it's on there. And it's called Crazy Landlord Breaks Down Tenant's Door with an Axe. And it went. My content on YouTube's gone pretty viral because I got a couple of companies coming to me now. They're talking to me about a couple of other video content that I have, and I'm like, when the price goes up, I said, when you can pay me what A&E is paying me, then we'll talk business. I said, but if you can't beat what they're paying me, then forget it.
Forget it.
That's it.
I just want to address Mr. N-Man 40. Maybe these people work for Seymour Doolittle. Because I don't know any employer that would allow someone to watch a live stream show and comment on a live stream
Oh,
show.
no, they do. You can go on TikTok. You'll see people working in restaurants with the camera up.
No shit.
And they're getting fucking gifts and donations. This is a business, man. They're getting gifts and donations while they're making money on the hour at work. And they're talking to their fans. I see this guy. He's washing dishes in the back room of a restaurant. He's really fast. He's got a fucking talent for washing dishes. Like he's like fucking Speedy Gonzalez, And these people find a lot of interest in this shit. I don't know how you could sit there watching somebody wash dishes, but they're talking and interacting with the fans is what's going on. They're interacting with them while they're doing it,
Well, all I know is I'm very meticulous when I wash, and I cannot wash fast. I'm very fussy when it comes.
Oh yeah, me too. I know how to wash my dishes.
I take long showers. I make sure every crack and crevice is soaked up and rinsed.
Hey, too much information.
I'm sorry. nooks and
TMI, too much information.
what about nooks and crannies? That's the same, right?
I
That's
gotta
the
clean
English.
I
That's
get in every crack and cranny. You
the
said what?
English
Wait a
one.
minute.
What?
You said you get in every crack and granny? Why are you
No,
fucking with people's grannies, man? What the fuck? You get in every crack and granny?
no, not granny, cranny. Listen, let's get back to TikTok now. TikTok, people can. What is a diamond on TikTok? When somebody sends you a
I don't
diamond,
fucking know, man. You know what? I thought you get more money for the bigger gifts, and it seems like the bigger gifts add up just like the smaller gifts. TikTok is ripping off the American people like you wouldn't believe, unfortunately. It's a great place, but they are ripping the artists off. You know, they're getting 98% of every gift that you give those people. Okay, if you go give them $10 in gifts, TikTok takes 98%. You're getting $2. They're getting eight. Well, wait, no, you're okay. 98%. They're getting a $9.80, and you get 20 cents.
wow.
Yeah. Okay. So that's when you tell your TikTokers, look, I know it's fun to give gifts because it's a fun thing, but they found a way to manipulate the system and make a lot of money. And, you know, they know what they're doing. So when I go on there, I'm like, you should just send donations to the Cash App. And then you know that you're a fan and your idol are definitely receiving what you're giving them. But in the meantime, they don't realize you're making TikTok rich. TikTok is probably stealing your data. It doesn't matter because they stole everything anyway. It don't matter because other companies like Facebook, Instagram, they all took our fucking data. So what does it matter? That's bullshit.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head about sending donations to, let's say, a Cash App, because there's this guy on YouTube named Coach Greg Adams, and he has a huge following. And this guy, people donate to his Patreon. He has the PayPal Patreon account, and he's like going on vacation in Tahiti, for God's sakes. He's making money hand over fist because he's got such a big following, and people are sending bing, 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 bing to to his Patreon account every time he goes live.
What is he talking about?
He's he gives advice to like single guys. He talks about
Is he better than me? Why ain't I making the money he's making, man? And they demand me. What the fuck?
yeah, no, he's
What am I doing wrong?
he gives advice to guys about like modern day women, beware of them,
Yeah, that's normal. We all know. I could tell them beware of, exes. We're not going there.
No, but
that's off topic.
But you have the potential and the magnetism, the animal magnetism, to make even more money than this Coach Greg Adams. I mean, I think that if you stick to the donation concept and don't worry about the stupid programs at the social media, dangling the carrot in front of your face like a chucho, like a donkey. You just stick to your own thing. You say, please, to support this work, please send a gift donation to Cash App to support this work. And or if they want to buy, let's say they want to buy some of your clothes, then they would go to wherever. How you making out with the Amazon store? Is it getting?
We're working on it because we're clearing out the closet of people who took my name.
Yeah, you know what?
That closet has to be cleared out.
Justice has to be served. Justice has to be served.
Yeah, that closet's being cleared out
Now,
slowly.
once justice is served and you win your lawsuits, then you don't have to live in that building anymore.
Yeah, we can't really discuss the case
No,
at all.
no. Well,
I can't talk about like my lip is zipped.
a slip of the lip can sink a ship.
It is public information online, though. I mean, you can find it.
Yeah, yeah. But the best thing is to keep it to yourself and until Now, once the settlement is over and done with,
it's going to be like this. Has anybody seen Paul? His wife, his family, they vanished. The
yeah. But you're gonna
next time you see me, I'll be on a fucking island somewhere where they won't know. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey,
but you're
remember me?
You're gonna emerge like a phoenix rising from Arizona. You're gonna be, woo! You're gonna come out of nowhere like when Mothra, when the caterpillar.
Well, you know why? You know why I would not vanish like like that, but I'm saying like why would I silently do everything? Because when you run into money like that, everybody's knocking on your fucking door. Okay, people that aren't even family. Hey, we're cousins, by the way. Hey, family that has done you wrong will all come back somehow and squeeze their little way through. And this is what I do. I'm going to do something before they can even get to that point. I'm going to tell everybody what I'm going to do. This is kind of a great concept, by the way. I'm going to get a penny for each one of them with a letter explaining how they haven't contacted me in the many years that they haven't, how they outcasted me out of the family, how they spoke rumors about me that were untrue because they were jealous of my success. But as family, you should be there as a team to, help out with that success. But besides the point, when they receive a penny in the mail and it tells them, don't spend this all in one place, that's all they're going to receive from me. That's it.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be an Indian head penny either. It's going to be a cheap ass penny.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what's going to happen. You're going to have a long lost relative saying, "Hey, Paulie, remember we used to play in the same sandbox when we were like 3 years old. Remember me?" Yeah.
Oh, you're mistaken me. That was your other buddy, by the way. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you know what you say? You say to them, "Oh, that was you in that sandbox?"
Oh, no. Hold on a minute. I'm not going to be able to say anything to them because they're going to receive, and trust me, I got a list. And they're not only family, they're going to receive that penny, each one of them. That's just going to be, in other words, if you can't understand what that means right there, don't bother contacting me, in other words. Stay away.
The best, when you
actually, I shouldn't even give them the time of day.
No, but they're not even worth the postage stamp to send the penny.
Yeah, exactly, man.
What you do is you mysteriously vanish with all your equipment, everything, lock, stock, and barrel. You and Val, you disappear, and of course you're going to come back like bigger. You're going to come back bigger and better than ever.
Well, but I'm not going to do all those crazy things that these people do. They go out and buy 1 million cars. They're going to spend $1 million on a fucking car for what? I think that's stupidity. You buy one nice sports car, you buy yourself a family car, and you take care of your business vehicles. As far as like, if you're going to be doing any type of touring or things like that, buy the things that are going to cost you money to do those tours. And you can buy those things very inexpensively these days. You just got to know where to look.
My late uncle used to, because he ran a big company, electronics company. He used to lease.
Buy your own train car.
No, he wouldn't buy cars. He used to lease cars as company cars, and write it off on the taxes.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what they do.
yeah,
But I'm saying you could go and buy yourself your own little tour bus, and do your thing and go mobile. But I got plans. I'm saying, and I got some plans.
yeah. I mean, if you're at that point with the music and everything, you could
I got to get my eye fixed first before
yeah,
I can do any of that.
you could get you could get like a hybrid or an electric like Greyhound bus and just make like a mobile home out of it.
Yeah, I got to get the eye fixed first before I can think of any of that shit, though.
Yeah,
Because I might have to go for laser surgery. I don't know. We got to see what they're gonna do.
yeah. Well, the important thing is that when everything is completed and you vanish from that building and you go somewhere really nice to live and you have a whole entire room dedicated to you can afford a place where you'll have a room dedicated to your recording studio and another room could be dedicated to your tie-dye work, and you're out of that neighborhood. No more gunshots, pop, pop, pop. No, nothing, none of that crap anymore. And you just cut yourself off from all the negative people that you've known, including business associates. You just cut them off. You start fresh, and that's it. No more shysters, no more riffraff. No, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you come full force with everything.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. We see what happens. When the time comes.
yeah,
I
mean,
predict. I predicted 2024, the end of 24, beginning of 25. Is when we'll see that.
I mean, you could still, like you were telling me about relocating. Privately, we had a discussion, and that's a
Yeah.
good idea. That's a great idea because
Oh yeah.
let me tell you, when you live in a nice place in the suburbs where all you hear is the birds singing and chirping, there's nothing like that serenity.
Yeah. She wants to get out of the city. I mean, even though I love the city, and I'm probably going to invest in some kind of real estate on the beach here in one of these apartments. But it's not going to be here. It would be more on the Manhattan Beach side, or you know, closer to that area. The nicer is, well, it's all nice, but just
But
going to
the
see some
neighborhood,
pricing
well, you'll
on
be
the
out of
beach.
the neighborhood will be better.
Yeah, I'd probably end up just buying the property because, I mean, well, it depends because these properties can run up to $2 million on the beach. These condos, man. But I've seen some of these condos right now because people are trying to sell and get out. Like some of these landlords, they just want out. Some of these condos are going for $500,000. These studio apartment condos, one bedroom going for, 600 grand.
Well,
750 for a 3 bedroom I seen the other day. A
what
condo
about
right on
what
15.
about the What about the townhouse style condos where you know you got a garage and you got a back door with a little deck in the back and townhouse style.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like townhouses because you know why? They're too close together to the next door neighbor. It's like a duplex.
All right, so you
And I don't like I don't I like apartments, but this apartment we don't feel very close to our neighbors because the walls are pretty thick here, and you don't hear anything. You know what I mean? And I did soundproof some stuff. You know what I mean? I put some stuff in. You know what I mean? But it's just yeah, you can't really hear anything outside the door.
oh,
So
that's good. That's good.
but I do like having like a nice country home where you ain't got a house, another house 1 mile from you, or maybe they're that far away in every direction, at least a mile from you. You know, I like my shit in the middle of fucking nowhere, man.
You know,
'Cause then you ain't got to worry about, well, then you got other things you do have to worry about, because if somebody tries to rob you, you better have some cameras around because, a gated estate property.
you better have some firearms too.
Yeah, because, you got to be careful. So sometimes it's okay to have neighbors, close, but not too close,
Oh, yeah, well, I there's a lot of suburb communities in my county where you're not on top of your neighbor at all, and the houses are spaced apart pretty good. But there's the neighbors do keep an eye on everything if there's any riffraff, and those towns, the cops are always like driving up and down the streets anyway. So and they're quiet. They're quiet. Like even all the
Well,
Bergen
the
County.
reason why I said I like country house like that, because then, if you're having live rehearsals, you have summer events on your property, you might have live music, then you don't have to worry about no town ordinance. You don't have to worry about the neighbor going, oh, I can't sleep. They're fucking, the music is so loud. They're playing, because, yeah, man, you know what I mean? Because you want to be able to have that freedom where you're not disturbing your neighbors,
Yeah,
because that's the first thing. Once you got a disturbance, that's it, man. You got the cops come to your house
well,
over a disturbance.
No, you gotta become
And
friends with your neighbor.
now you're marked. You are marked. You're
yeah,
marked.
now you're better off. You're better off going on route from the GW Bridge, Route 80 west into like Morris County. If you want a suburb like that, you got to go like towards like Parsippany, Lake
Well, you
Hiawatha.
know what I was telling her? I said I'd rather just buy a nice big piece of land on a mountain somewhere. It don't matter if it's Jersey, whatever, but a nice big piece of land and build myself. Get the fucking permits and build, put the architectural design together myself and build my own fucking house. It's going to be cheaper for me because number one, remember, I specialized in that. I built homes from the ground up. Okay. I can hire a couple of people, come on with me, man, and get that shit. That's what I would do. I would go that route, or
Oh, then
buy a piece of property and just add on to it.
then if
Gut the shit out of it and add on and do what you want to your property.
if you want a house with or surrounded by mountains, you would like Mawa, Bergen County, New Jersey. Mawa, it's right on the border. You ever hear of Sterling Forest, New York?
Oh yeah, I know Sterling Rock Minery.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I know the owner really well of that minery, by the way.
Harriman State Park, the Seven Lakes.
Yep, I do know where that is.
Harriman, New York, Tuxedo, New York, Sterling
Yep,
Forest.
yep.
Well, Mawa,
Harrison. Yeah, there's Tuxedo. There's Monroe. You got
Stroudsburg.
it's nice. It's nice up that way.
But yeah,
I don't like
Mawa,
Stroudsburg. Stroudsburg, PA. I wouldn't go to.
Yeah, no, not that. I mean, Mawa's right on the border near
Yeah.
near that.
Stroudsburg. I know people that live there. I've lived in Scranton. I've lived in the Poconos. I had a house there way back 25 years, 30 years ago. I had a house, a beautiful mansion in the Poconos. I bet you didn't know that. I had a beautiful 9 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms mansion in Greeley, PA in the Poconos. I had 4 beautiful cars. I had a Porsche 911, the same one from Bad Boys. I had a Ferrari Testarossa. I had a Lamborghini Countach. And then I had my 300M, my Chrysler for luxury. That's it. Fucking
Now you see what he
Listen,
said?
if you ever get married, make sure you know who you're marrying,
Yeah. Now
because you can lose all that real quick. Shit.
his aunt and uncle lives in Denville. Is that Sussex County? Denville, New Jersey. He says they have zero issues out there. It sounds
Oh
like
yeah.
you're going towards Sussex County, Vernon. It used to be a famous ski lodge up there, Vernon Valley. And there was when I was a kid. There used to be a Playboy mansion, a Playboy resort up there too
Oh yeah.
in Vernon.
I worked with Frank Wood, who was Hugh Hefner's right hand man.
Frank Wood.
Frank Wood.
Did he always have a Woody being around you have
Well, that's his real name, and he's a scientist, but he also worked with he was Hugh Hefner's his right. When I did the show in Chantel in 2017, November 2017, we did that fashion show. He's the one that brought all the Playboy models to walk the runway. You know, oh man, but I don't know if we're gonna ever go back to that day and age, man. But you know, I don't know New York. I don't know New York. I don't know.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
in
know.
Morris County. Oh, gotcha. It's in Morris County. All right. Oh, are you familiar with Mr. N-Man 40? Are you familiar with Randolph? I've been to Randolph, Morris County. Talk about birds chirping and space between your neighbor. That you'll love it. You'll love there, and the real estate is reasonable too.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, Randolph is. It's actually, you see, the reason why I'm mentioning certain areas is because you want to be near major highway that'll take you right to the city, lickety split. Like if you're near Route 80, Route 80 goes right to the GW. It goes from the GW bridge all the way to San Francisco, Interstate 80. So you can get on there. There's a train station, New Jersey Transit train station. Where the hell? That goes through Morris County, and that goes right to in New York.
Hey, James. Okay, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, where's that? The train station in Manhattan.
Which one?
Was
Penn
it
Station?
Penn Station, right?
You got Penn and you got the other one. What's the other one? Grand Central Station?
Yeah, the one that takes you to Jersey.
Yeah, Grand Central that takes you to Jersey, and you got Penn Station.
Oh, you're in Monmouth County. Oh, you're down where my brother's auto body shop is in Neptune by Belmar.
Yeah.
He's in Monmouth. Yeah, his shop is in Neptune by Belmar. But anyway,
What? Oh, that's where the clubs are.
Yeah, Asbury Park is over there. Yeah.
You know what else is nice? Long Beach. Long Beach, Long Island's beautiful. Have you ever been to Long Island? Like, well, not Long Island City. It's nice over there, but I wouldn't do that. But Long Beach is beautiful, man. Like, oh God, it's gorgeous. But
yeah. When I was with one of my exes, living with her, she was from Mineola. I think it was Mineola, Long Island. But anyway, we went all the way to like Sag Harbor, Greenport, Montauk Point, Hamptons, and when you're driving, Long Island is pretty big. When you're driving down in Long Island, you pass the duck farms, and there's like a big statue of a duck. And soon as you get to the middle of Long Island, you start getting Boston radio stations. You don't get the New York radio stations anymore because you're way up there. And it's flat, pretty much. Long
Well, the
Island.
Earth is flat, James.
Crazy weather.
The Earth is flat, James. It's flat. It's flat. I don't care what anybody tells me. I'm going to say this. Being that you just said that, I'm going to have to say my mind. The Earth is flat. I don't believe that space even exists. I believe that the moon and everything is local, and they spin around us like this. Okay, but I also believe that they are hiding Antarctica for a big reason. Okay, because I don't think that this planet has an ending. I don't think that there's anywhere you could possibly drop off into space. Okay, I think it just keeps going and going and going. And I think that Mars and all these places they tell you about are actually on the Earth behind the Antarctica walls. I believe that there's other nations and other places there. Because why the fuck would they keep us away from it? Come on. You're going to
You know,
tell us, oh, we're keeping it's dangerous over there. The dinosaurs might come get you.
yeah, but you know how many UFOs?
Resources, my wife said.
You know how
They
many?
got resources for their own selfish motherfucking ways.
You know how many UFOs were sighted in Antarctica coming out of the top of a mountain? You know, like a crater in a mountain. There's been a lot of sightings, a lot of activity in Antarctica.
Yeah, because the UFOs aren't coming from space. They're coming out of the fucking ocean. Even the flight. You know, you can watch people. They're putting that shit out there, man. And what we seen and recorded that night, 3 o'clock in the morning. The sun doesn't come out at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, the moon does not look like the sun with the reflections in the sky at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, whatever
Right.
the fuck that thing was. And let me tell you, because now they're reporting that same thing in other countries. They reported it in Turkey. They reported it in other places as well. I don't know what that was, but I'll tell you what, it's not Planet X. So they need to stop lying to people about that shit. But that it was something, okay? And it was going up and down and up and down, and it was moving, and then the moon doesn't go up and down. And you explain this to me. How can the moon be here? Okay? Okay, say the moon is right here, right above us, and then 10 minutes later, it's over here. Now, I recorded this shit on TikTok, man. The moon is here. All right, say 15 minutes later, now the people are saying, wait a minute, but it was just there, and now it's over there. The moon doesn't fucking move like that quickly. It doesn't move, and the moon doesn't go down. Since when does the moon start going down at 2:30 in the morning?
That's crazy.
Since when?
Since when?
I ain't never seen nothing like that.
The half moon is not on the sides, on the bottom.
Well, yeah, and the half moon's not on the side, it's on the bottom now. It lies on the bottom. Okay?
All right. I never
Something's
opened.
wrong.
I never
Something's
opened.
wrong.
I never opened this.
But listen, I think people need to stop worrying about politics so much, and they need to start worrying about what's really fuck going on, because they're blind. They got to get TikTok banned because they need to keep you blind. But it's not going to stop people from looking up in the sky and seeing shit.
Now, speaking of seeing shit in the sky, I never opened this up yet. I got this from my late Uncle Phil. These are like top quality binoculars. Let me see
Oh, really?
what's in here. Let me see what's in here. Oh,
Well, people are making valid points these days because, you really, let's put it like this. Okay, NASA's been telling you for so many years that you need these high-powered telescopes to even get close to the moon and see the craters. But people are using their S32 phones, okay, their Galaxy, and getting pictures of the fucking craters cleaner than what NASA gets pictures of with their big telescopes. What does that tell you? You could see the craters of the moon with a phone that can only go a certain amount of distance. But then on the other hand, NASA tells you you need these big $10 million telescopes to see the moon that close. I'm sorry.
You know, when the weather gets warm, I'm gonna sit on the
You can't
park
even
bench.
land on the moon. The
I'm gonna
moon's a
sit on
reflection of the earth.
I'm gonna sit on the park bench by the Hudson River at night when the weather gets nice. And if I see anything unusual, I'm gonna use these, and I'll keep my if something's visible and I think I can video record it, I'll do so. But I'm gonna look at the night sky with these. And the good thing about this compared to a telescope is you get a panoramic view, you know, of the sky, of the night sky.
Listen,
Panoramic.
I don't think you can even land on the moon, man. I think the moon is a reflection of the earth. And then they say, why can't you see the dark side of the moon? Well, that's because it's the way the reflection is sitting at that moment. That's why. But what is it reflecting off of? That's the question. A cloud?
I don't know, man. I know. What about the dark side of the moon?
Yeah, exactly. What about the
That's a
dark side that doesn't exist?
that's a mystery, right?
Yeah.
All right, Chief. I'm gonna call it a night. And I'll be on tomorrow, people. No, yeah, 3 p.m. Eastern time with blue Red Pill Man Cave, and it's going to be all kinds of talk, just like this. You know, we'll talk about just about anything people want to talk about. So anyway, hold on, let me see what he's saying. James, can I ask you about Demolition from the WWE? I don't think they were a Road Warrior clone. It never made sense to me. Well, Demolition, one of them was Billy Eadie, who was the Masked Superstar, and I don't remember the name of the other one, but I know Billy Eadie, the original Masked Superstars, was one half of Demolition. Oh, but if you're around, come on the show tomorrow. We can talk. We can do pro wrestling talk, and I'll be on there with Jeff Zambello, the Commodore Jeff Zambello, and Mick Von Raven.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming, Paul. Bye bye.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
All right.